afternoon to all our viewers. These are live pictures coming to you from the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. This is the Maharani Trophy 2026 match number 11. Hubli Tigers taking on the Gulbarga Mystics. And today is the last day of the league stage. The teams have one opportunity each. And it's been an interesting tournament so far. And we've seen some fascinating cricket over the last 5 days. And let's go down to see what Srinath had to say about the pitch. Day 6, the last day of the league phase of the Maharani Trophy KSCA T20 26. And this is pitch number 5, which was used on day 2 and day 4. Day 4, we saw 200s, one in the afternoon game, one in the evening game, from the bat of Shubha Satish and Roshni Kiran. Certainly looks a dry surface at the Anil Kumble end as we walk down, a tinge of grass at the Rahul Dravid end. If at all there's in something early to start with a new hard ball, the seamers would just try to utilize this particular area for a couple of overs. But the batters overall would love to have a crack on this one. Are we in for a run feast? The captain certainly would be happy either to bat first or chase down a target. And the first inning score on this pitch has been in excess of 170. Last day I mentioned a double header, lot at stake for the teams to qualify and make it to the all-important finals on the 1st of August. First in your seat belts, you're in for a run feast. This was the same pitch number 5, which was used for day 2 and 4. And on day 4, we did see 200s being scored here. One from the blade of Shubha Satish for the Mysuru Warriors going down in vain. And the second one, what a lightning knock that was from Roshni Kiran. And we just go down to Naveen a while ago. He was with the two captains. Let's see what happened at the toss.
Welcome to the last day of the league matches here in the Maharani Trophy 2026, and it is the race for the August 1st finals. Yeah, Hubli Tigers taking on the Gulbarga Mystics. Very, very important toss, and in the toss, of course, there's a little change in the captaincy for the Gulbarga Mystics. It is Roshni Kiran alongside, of course, onto her left is VD, yeah, Vrunda Dinesh, and onto our extreme left is the match referee Mihira Chogale. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for the attendance in the toss, and I think VD has a coin. Yeah, please flip it.
Heads.
Heads is the call. And the match referee says?
Tails.
Tails. Right. Hubli Tigers win the toss. Vrinda, what would you like to do?
So we would like to bowl first.
Bowl, and why?
The conditions is very gloomy. There are forecasts of rain going to happen, and we think we've been doing well in that phase of the game, so let's stick to it.
Lovely. Just 2 more points, and you're through to play the August 1st finals. And how is the mood in the camp?
We're all good. We're all positive. We're ready for today, and then let's see what happens.
Lovely. Any changes in the side?
We're going with the same 11.
All the best. Skipper, do well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vrunda Dinesh. Right, and Roshni Kiran, what would you have done?
We were okay both. We were ready for both. So nothing in particular. So.
Lovely. And very, very crucial 2 points. The NRRR also will come into play. So you will have to go out there and win in a bigger margin. Yeah.
We're all set for that. We're ready with our strategies and game plans. So looking forward to the game.
Lovely. And last question, of course, any changes in your side apart from the captaincy change?
Harshita is out and Veda's coming in.
Wonderful. And any target in mind, since you're batting first, are there any target that you have in mind that you have to put up on the board?
I think we'll have to wait and watch for it.
All the very best, Skipper. Do well.
Thank you so much.
Lovely. So that is what it is, as Hubli Tigers have won the toss and they would want to chase in this very, very important match. We will come with the first ball. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Naveen. And that was the news from the centre. Hubli Tigers winning the toss and had no hesitation in saying that they would have a bowl first. Over number 1 to 5 to start the proceedings. This K. Srinath joined by Vikram in the com box. Vikram, start with the last day of the league phase. Interesting change. Captain being replaced for the Mystics.
Good morning, all viewers. Now, good afternoon. Nice to see you. I think this is to do something with the fact that Roshni can pull a rabbit out of a hat, which is what the Mystics need to do in some senses. Don't forget, she's been the under-23 captain for Karnataka. In fact, I almost commented that, yes, a lot of her strategy would be employed even while Rajeshwari was the captain.
Through last league game for them, the Tigers sitting on top, and the play is the call, and it will be Monika Patel who will be starting proceedings from the Rahul Dravid end. Driven straight away, bat on ball, and the timing was good. A standard field set. We have a short third, backward point, cover point, extra cover, and a mid-off inside the circle on the off. Mid-on and short mid-wicket within the circle. Deep square leg and sort of deep mid-wicket in front. The two boundary riders. Power play is going to be extremely important, and today is the day for Monika Patel, who's had a quiet tournament so far. Nice shape back, straight away hitting the straps. No sort of looseness to start with for Monika Patel.
Yeah, noticeably we have the deep backward square, as she was mentioning. And now we also, just as I thought perhaps was going to be possible with the huge angle that Monika creates, bowling over the wicket. We've had the deep wicket come in, and we have a deep third, a very wide third. So that is protecting the offside. I suspect the captain thinks the angle is going to take the ball that way.
Through an expected field change with the sort of first two balls we've seen. Against the field set, gets the ball back into the right-hander. It's the trusted opening pair of Prerna and Krishika. And they are opening together for the sixth game on the trot. And Prerna has got a couple of half centuries. And certainly the last one she got was a bit patchy. She couldn't get a move on. But all eyes will be on this opening pair. Certainly look forward to getting a good start for the Mystics. Shape back and with the drive straight away off the markers, Prerna. And it's been a pretty good start so far from Monika Patel.
For those of us who are used to seeing Prerna, she's a go-getter usually. Here, I think the thing around her is to create that anchor role. That's the talk which we heard earlier today, that she definitely has to be there for a while. And that's why you're seeing her play a bit of a sheet anchor role here.
True, bat through one of the top three batters who gets an eye in is important. But end of the day, the other night, she batted almost into the 20th over and managed a half century. Run a ball which didn't help the cause for the Gulbarga Mystics. Certainly would like to make amends there. Strike rate of 100, certainly not on in a T20 game. The two, you're coming out against a hard new ball, good conditions for batting. Field restrictions in place just to outside the 25-yard circle. Best times for a batter to come out and express themselves.
Yeah, Krishika, on the other hand, a veteran also would want to support her teammate at the other end and come up with something special here. The Mystics do need to pull one back here. And when they do, they'll be equally awaiting the result of the next match.
So the last ball coming up for Monika Patel in her first over. Nice shape back and no damage done. Pretty happy the Tigers would be with the start. Just a single of the first over from Monika Patel. Mystics put into bat, one without loss at the end of one. These are the teams, and the Tigers going unchanged. No change from the last game. The Mystics have one change. Vedavarshini, the orthodox left arm spinner, coming into the squad, maybe strengthening their spin department that bit. And the big change is the skipper. A change in the skipper. It's Roshni Kiran, who's been with fine form with the bat. She's the leader of this pack today, ahead of the veteran Rajeshwari. Straight away we see spin from the Anil Kumble end. And as always, it's going to be Rameshwari Gaikwad with a slip in place, an attacking field set. Like the intent of the Hubli Tigers skipper 4 inside the circle, saving singles, a slip in Vrinda Dinesh. They've got 2 fielders behind square on the leg side. Long on and deep mid-wicket are the 2 boundary riders. And Rameshwari has been pretty impressive whenever she's bowled with a new ball in the power play. Barring one game where did she go for in excess of 50, where the Tigers chased down that target comfortably. Certainly a task on hand for Krishika and Prerna. Spin and pace together within the power play. Taking the time, having a good look at the field. Apish, the fielder at backward point, was interested a touch, just falling a few yards in front of her. Surprised a tinge of grass where Krishika is batting, and maybe it would have been prudent for Monica to operate from this end. If at all any help would have been supportive for the left armer. As always, pulls off a nice bit of fielding there. Certainly saved some runs. And Krishika gets off the mark. It's been a watchful start so far. If you had the captain's hat on, would you have swapped ends for the fast bowler and spinner, Vikram?
Yeah, I was just about to comment that, yes, they've tended to kind of use the opposite end for the spinner and the pace bowler. It's something to do with the wind, perhaps?
I can understand if it's got something to do with a gusty wind or the boundary dimensions being different. In fact, we saw this quite often in the Hubli during the Maharaja Trophy, where there was a gusty wind blowing from right to left, which was a feature throughout the tournament. We're talking about where we sat at the Sunil Joshi pavilion end. The spinners tend to bowl from the pavilion end, making the batsman hit against the wind. But here, absolutely nothing of those sorts. A surprising choice, I thought. Could have been we seeing the ball just tend to fly off, and the bounce Rameshwari is getting off this. So Monica would have been better off. Nevertheless, they've started off in such a fashion. Good over to start with for Rameshwari. Driven a small misfield, but we'll just settle for 1. 4 of the first over for Rameshwari. Mystics 5 without loss at the end of 2. Here's the point table, an interesting one. All teams have played 5. This is the last game they play against each other. Comfortably sitting on top is the Hubli Tigers with Mysuru on second. The thing that's separating them is the NRRR. Positive 0.415 is Hubli, minus is Mysuru. But the Blasters and Mystics have an opportunity. If they can pull off a victory and up their NRRR, will be an interesting one.
Now, when you think you have the wind aiding you as a bowling team with an off-break bowler, which Rameshwari is, you'd assume that it would have to go bowl from leg to off, right, to assist the drift. So are you also suggesting that most batters play in the arc where the cow corner is? So it helps to also bring back the ball as not aided by the wind. So there's a dual help over there. So possibly that's happening out there?
I just can't see any sort of breeze on the ground as of now. The idea could be that. Driven this time around, but the intent behind that is absolutely not fathomable. But nevertheless, an opportunity for Monica to just hit the straps and get some confidence back. The event of Hubli qualifying for the finals on the 1st of Saturday. She's an important bowler in this lineup, and she's not made the sort of impact one would expect of. Left arm medium fast bowlers already played for the country. Much was expected of her, and she's still not come into her own. This time around finds the gap, but a smart field placement. Realized straight away that she was angling most of the balls away rather than getting it back. It's been a pretty slow and cautious start from the Mystics.
Yes, I think they won this one badly. And of course, they will be depending on the results of the next match also. So they just don't want to throw it away suddenly, I feel.
True, but pitch number 5 has produced scores. The average first inning score is around 170 plus. To get to that, certainly they need to get off to a flyer. And the first sign of intent from Prerna. Just walks down and tries to pick the gap there, but can't get past the fielder at short mid-wicket.
With what I just observed, I think that the batters would feel they need to come down more. So barely the third over. And they feel the pitch is playing in such a way, I wouldn't say going slow, in such a way that it's quite predictable and they can come down the pitch to get their runs.
So create more pace, and we see another field change. The deep square coming into 45, and the short midfield has been pushed to deep mid-wicket. Smart thinking and pretty proactive Vrinda Dinesh has been. Thrown up, and there's an appeal. Misses that completely is Prerna. Good to see Monica get back into some sort of rhythm. For her to run into good form approaching the D-Day on August 1st would be very important for the Hubli Tigers, who are just a touch, thin on their bowling resource. Batting, they are a gun side. They bat pretty deep, and they have a very dynamic opening pair in terms of Pratyusha and their skipper Vrinda Dinesh, followed by the in-form Nikki Prasad. This time around swatted, and that will be the first Kalyani motor boundary. Prerna gets the timing right on that, and the placing is spot on. Beats the fielder at 45, and the ball races away to the deep square leg boundary.
Just a trifle short and just going back a little bit and sending it to the deep square fence for a boundary there.
First signs of aggression, and I think they've had enough of a sighter into the third over, and they would have a fair hang of what the pitch is doing. Last ball coming up for Monica Patel. Bowled up, angled away, swing and a miss, and Prerna is disappointed, but certainly Monica Patel, a strong comeback, finishes her second over. A boundary conceded in that one. Mystics at the end of 3 are 10 without loss. More than happy would be Vrinda winning the toss, deciding to have a bowl first. Has had a fair share going her way in the first 3 overs, and Ameshwari is to continue still with the slip in. Tracked on shot, but disappointed would be Krishika.
For a spin bowler, they say the length is never negotiable. It's a must. And here, do you see this as a letdown that the batter couldn't put that one away? I may be a little hard on that.
Absolutely. Length and even line to an extent within the power play is going to be very important. The slip taken off straight away. It's a ring of fielders on the off. 6. It's going to be tough to pierce that field unless she decides to take the field on and go over the top. Dot ball pressures. 3 of 10 for Krishika and 7 of 10 for Prerna. Somewhere is that shot building up. The big one. Straight away, speaking about that, she decides to go over the top, frees her hands, over extra cover. Timing was good, got the elevation, goes the distance, and Kalyani motor boundary for Krishika.
Yeah, Krishika just not wasting this one, just marginal length ball, just deciding to go over the top and making up for the previous time when she just driven it straight to the fielder for a boundary here straight away.
We see the sort of true bounce on the pitch. In fact, a back of length ball, and she gets on the front foot and frees her arms, goes through the line. Value for shots, certainly. The batters need to realize that pretty quickly. One more change in field, the sort of predictable lines we are seeing. Long on comes in, and the mid-off moves back to long off. It's Divya there. Will she pepper the onside field now? Shot goes down the ground. But Divya pulls it off at long off. We've seen most of the balls that have been bowled in the over by Rameshwari back of length. The batters just need to reassess where they need to target. And it's just one fielder on the leg side. The long on and the deep mid wicket. A sweep shot from just outside the off stump would be a free hit. But we see a change straight away. When Prerna on strike, 2 behind the square within the circle.
I reckon that suppose as a spinner you just pull it back of a length, which is not exactly a great length. It's probably fine to do it in the initial part when the ball is fairly new, it comes on fairly fast, right? It would be criminal later on to bowl that back of the ball length. So the spinner has a little leverage.
Beautifully struck. Took it on the full. Couple of bounces racing away towards the deep extra cover boundary. Prerna strikes her second Kalyani motor boundary. Length width on offer. Uses it to the max. That was the last ball of the over.
Prerna also decided to go over the top. A length ball, just hiking it away, driving it on the up. Safe it can be. And the new ball finds its way to the boundary.
2 boundaries to finish the over. Slightly expensive was Rameshwari on that occasion. Timing was good, got the elevation, didn't try to overhit that. The second Kalyani motor boundary. Finishing the over with a 4. End of over number 4. Mystics 19 without loss. Change again. We see more spin. 2 overs of fast bowling from Monika Patel, and as expectedly, we see Saina Kapoor, the left armer, would relish this challenge of bowling to 2 right-handers. 5 inside the circle on the offside, 2 boundary riders on the leg, 2 fielders within the circle on the square. Starts off well, and this was expected, and a touch expensive was Rameshwari Gaikwad in the last over.
Vrinda batting, wanting to bat second, did say that she thinks it's better be chasing in these conditions. So that was the back of her mind as we see a slightly cloudy sky right now.
True, yes, the pitch has behaved in such a way, especially this pitch 5 has been brilliant for batting. Against a run of play, makes room, and a straight ball misses it completely. Prerna was looking good with a couple of boundaries, but couldn't get underneath that ball, and the bails are put down. What a sight for Saina Kapoor. The first wicket going down for the Mystics.
Just Prerna completely just losing her concentration, perhaps trying to play inside out there, and an exuberant Saina just put the ball in the right place. It took off stump. That's all they needed. The sheet anchor for the Gulbarga Mystics, Prerna, has gone away.
A full ball straight away, was in no position to get that ball over extra cover. Disappointed would be Prerna getting back into the hut. 11 of 13, the first wicket for the Mystics, 20 for 1. More than happy would be the skipper with that bowling change, and that brings in the opposite number. The new skipper for this game in Roshni Kiran. She's looked in fine fettle, and who can forget the 100 she got on the same pitch. This was pitch number 5, and certainly she would have taken this back home, and she would certainly have fond memories of this. But as always, we speak about what happened 4 nights ago is totally different. She has to start from scratch, and also the onus is on her. She's the captain of this team. The pressure certainly would be on her.
With Saina being introduced this early in the innings, do you see it as a sign of tremendous confidence by Vrinda and this young bowler? She's not that young. She's played earlier for the state, but that's the under 15. So it's a good sign to be thrust the ball in the power play.
Swept well, but straight into the hands, and a very well judged catch. The skipper comes, and the skipper has to go back. Terrific judgment on the line, awareness of the boundary, and Priya Chavan is it. Fantastic catch.
They're just pulling that away and straight to Priya Chavan. Makes no mistake. Very well held. I
think she did step onto the rope, and it was pretty casual. Everybody thought she had taken it, but that's a cycle pure Agarbatti maximum. The skipper certainly would have survived the scare, heart in her mouth. Exquisite timing on that. We all thought she had taken it very comfortably and spoke about the awareness. End of it, we see her just stamp the rope. In turn, she gets off the mark with a maximum.
Shri, I think, it came a little flat and fast, but they do say nowadays that, boundary riding, catching has become an art in itself. They say, try and get sideways. So perhaps it's a tip for the youngsters to try and do that. If you have the time, then you won't step on the rope.
So finishes well, starts off well, Saina Kapoor with a wicket in that, and end of 5, Mystics put into bat, 26 for the loss of 1.
What a good luck here for Roshni Kiran. Much needed luck, because Priya Chauhan, they all felt that it was a good catch. Change in voices in the commentary box. I'm Naveen Shaurya, alongside with me is Param. The luck factor. Now, how important that is, as Priya Chauhan is now with the ball as well to begin from the Anil Kumble end. She's been brought into the attack last over of the power play. Oh, we'll have to see that catch once again after this ball. Maybe we'll try and get that footage. Very important. That catch should have been held in. Pulled away. Behind square. One bounce. Boundary. And I think the umpire will just confirm with Monica Patel at that square leg region. Yeah, confirmation. Boundary it is. Kalyani Motors boundary.
Yeah, short delivery there on that occasion from Priya Chauhan, coming in to bowl her first. Probably some nerves, and Krishika gets onto that beautifully, going down the leg and clears that field there at fine leg. Priya Chauhan, previous game, she started off slightly expensive, but comes back strong, economical, and she will look to do the same today.
Has to, because this is the last match of the league season in the Maharani Trophy 2026, and more importantly now the pressure is on Gulbarga, because they are on the bottom of the table at number 4. The NRRR is on the negative. Very good toss to win for the Hubli Tigers.
Yeah, Vrinda was very clear. She wanted to put the opposition into bat. The weather conditions are such, slightly overcast.
Oh, beauty. Priya Chauhan got Roshni just napping in the crease, not moving the legs at all. Just a good delivery, leaving her at the last minute. Wonderful ball.
Yeah, good delivery there. Slight movement coming into the right-hander and passes the edge. This is what Priya Chauhan will be looking to do.
Roshni Kiran. The change in the captaincy for her, very important match. The 100 back of her mind, on the same pitch as Srinath and Vikram were talking about this. But most importantly, the moment the coin fell in favor of Vrinda Dinesh, she had a big smile on her face, very clearly. And this is what happened in the previous over. Dragged it from outside off. Priya Chauhan. Oh my God. It's a big stamp on the boundary rope. She knew it. She immediately knew it. Good sportive spirit. She didn't claim for the catch. Slow delivery.
Yeah, that was a well-judged catch, but the foot hitting the rope there. Yeah, you're right. Vrinda Dinesh was very, very happy. She wanted to win that toss, put the opposition into bat. She knows her strength is chasing, and especially that top order there, Vrinda Dinesh, Pratyusha, Nikki Prasad, the top 3, they're going to be very crucial in that chase.
So try and put up 170, 175 is what the challenge is to Gulbarga Mystics. Slapped hard, but straight to mid-off. End of a good over here from Priya Chauhan. Just 5 of it. Power play gone. 31 for 1. This is what happened in the power play. Pratyusha, in fact, Prerna and Krishika walked out to the center. Prerna already got a move on, but somewhere just played a shot which was completely off. Wonderful delivery from Saina Kapoor, and this will be a highlight for Saina. In fact, Priya Chavan stepping on the ropes.
Yeah, so far the power play has been in favor of the Hubli Tigers, and apart from a couple of those boundaries and 1-6, they've not given any runs away. They've been very tight on the money. And bowling change here from the Rahul Dravid end. Reema Farid bowling her first over here.
A leggy will come along. Whoa! What was that? Full toss, a free gift, and Krishika takes it. Boundary at deep square leg. No run up, nothing on the popping crease, just walk and deliver.
Yeah, very interesting, and something that we've not seen too much of before. And full toss delivery, bit of a gift there for Krishika, and Kalyani Motors boundary there for the Gulbarga Mystics. Very, very strange, I should say.
I wonder what was she thinking. Just walking into the delivery stride and holding that full toss to Krishika. It's not Krishika's birthday, right? Oh. And again, another full toss, and this has been dislodged over square leg. Good catch from the groundsman. Yeah, perfectly takes it. Big six, Cycle Pure Agarpati 6 here.
Yeah, Reema Farid again, another full toss here, and clearly it may not be her birthday, but it's an early gift for her. Full toss there, well taken there from the groundsman. Yeah, very, very interesting that there's no run-up here.
I wonder why. She's just walking into the delivery stride, and even now, just walks in. Now has the length right. I wonder why Vrinda Dinesh has brought in Reema Farid. Just probably give her some confidence, suppose.
I remember a few years ago when we were at the academy together. Very good bowler, up-and-coming talent. There we go. That's a good delivery there from Reema. Yeah, she used to have a bit of a run-up, slightly quicker in her run-up, and gets the ball to go quickly. But yeah, slightly different on this occasion here.
Yeah, so much of Wani in that run-up, but oh, now when she has that in the right area, she is dangerous. But I'll tell you what, Wani had a lot of revolutions on the ball than this.
I think it's a matter of a couple of balls falling in those areas, and I think the confidence will come back.
Has to come back. Two very big false starts. Then 11 runs off that over. 7 gone, 42 for 1. Looks kind of gloomy as well, the weather and the batting card, both, because Gulbarga Mystics need a big total to post, because their NRRR is in the negative. They've got 4 points, yes, but only the 2 victory points will not take them to the August 1st finals. They'll need to put up a big total and then defend it off in terms of picking up all the wickets for the Gulbarga Mystics. That's what they should do.
Yeah, and let's not forget the game this evening. The Mysuru Warriors take on the Bengaluru Blasters. Bangalore will also need a victory, get to 6 points. Their run rate is good, but Mysuru, a victory away from getting into that finals on the 1st of August.
What is more nice is in the Maharani Trophy, until the last league match is played, we don't know who the finalists are. That's a big victory for the tournament, as Saina Kapoor bowls that one shot. Good stop though, but for that, Prerna should have been there in terms of going ahead and attacking all the bowlers.
The other thing I would like to bring up is that the weather, as you mentioned earlier, yes, a little gloomy, but Vrinda Dinesh very, very clear at the toss that she wanted to bowl first. Interesting that they didn't go for Monica Patel for another over there.
Just a small inquiry. I tell you what, she actually kind of double bluffed in the toss, maybe for the weather. She wanted to just put pressure on the Gulbarga Mystics. That's it, by chasing. As simple as that.
Yeah, true, but I would have loved to have seen Monica Patel coming in, bowling her third over. She's been very economical the first two that she bowled, and clearly she can put a lot of pressure. Good running here between the wickets.
Yeah, Monica Patel is a very, very big clog in that Hubli Tigers' bowling attack. And Vrinda Dinesh has used her sparingly well because she's not overbowled her. She's not tried to force things. She's not tried to get a lot from the senior pro. She's used her, like I said, very intelligently and sparingly really well. And now for Saina Kapoor, there is no long off. There is long on. So if you have to go over the top, go against the turn is what Saina is asking her, Krishika, to do.
Well, Prerna did exactly that in that last over of Saina Kapoor. She tried to play against the turn, but in that, getting herself bowled. What a bowler she is, Saina Kapoor. Yeah, slightly wide there.
Should not be happy with that delivery. Yeah, but speaking of the celebration that we have done with the Maharani Trophy 2026, the entire tournament has been so nice. And the victory for the tournament is, we need to wait for the last match. That's in the gap, behind square leg. Good timing from Krishika. Boundary again, and that'll give her a lot of confidence.
Yeah, slightly fuller there on that occasion, and down the leg, swept beautifully through that gap there. There's no fielder at fine leg, and another Kalyani Motors boundary for the Gulbarga Mystics.
She was asking, I think, a lot, Saina Kapoor, for the ball to do. After pitching from outside leg to turn away. For that, you need to have a lot of revolutions on the ball. You need to use that thumb finger, index finger a lot. 50 up with that one for the Gulbarga Mystics. Yeah, they'll be happy that it is in the 8th over, but they would have been elated if it was, say, a couple of overs ago.
I think that loss of Prerna's wicket might have caused a bit of a dent there. They could have been 60 at this point, but they're still going strong. The run rate is above 6. They need a partnership here.
Appeal, but down the leg side. 8 overs gone, and 50 for the loss of 1 wicket. How important it is for all the other players, whether they do get qualified on the August 1st or no. It's so important that they carry these invaluable experiences, isn't it? Roshni, Kiran with the 100, and there is so much to take away for Monica Patel.
Yeah, for that matter, the entire Maharani Trophy, all the 4 teams, they've been very, very, I should say, they've been extremely, extremely happy with this opportunity that they've been given, and they've been trying to prove themselves here, only to take it to the next level.
Yeah, Rima Farid once again, huge full toss, no ball for sure. No ball for sure. That one, Krishika would have been really kicking herself that she did not time it. What is going wrong here with Rima Farid?
Yeah, no run up there again. Yes, there is a bit of rain, so could be a possibility that may have slipped off her hand, but yeah, that's a very, very, very big gift there.
Nicely defended by Param of Rima. We saw the exact thing happen even in the previous over. Free hit. Bowled. Right, that's a free hit. That's a very good delivery to land. And that is what she's trying. Very good free hit delivery to be bowling in, Rima Farid.
Yeah, that's exactly what she should be trying to do. And good delivery there, full. And she played that for the turn. Tried to look to take it on the full toss rather.
Another full toss. One bounce, boundary towards fine leg. I think we need to cross-check. It is Krishika's birthday. I'm pretty sure about that one. Rima Farid probably being friends. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, full and down the leg on this occasion from Rima Farid. Krishika is not going to miss out on that. Absolutely. She's only been receiving gifts from Rima.
I wonder, I did not receive any gifts when I was kind of batting like this. I feel jealous of Krishika for sure. But yeah, jokes apart, it is not the way that Rima Farid needs to bowl. I will want to see a little more of run-up, a little more of a jump in the popping crease, because that will give you that velocity, that will give you the power behind the release of the ball. Oh, brilliant. Time and again, she does provide these wonderful deliveries.
You're absolutely right. In fact, that's how they generate a little bit of that pace, a little bit of run-in to their bowling, that action, that the way they leap into their action. Very, very crucial here.
When she's landing the ball so well, I think Vrinda Dinesh or somebody, or even Monica Patel or even Rameshwari, somebody go up and talk to her saying, hey, just listen, just have that a little quicker run-up. Just have that rhythm going. You will definitely trouble the batters even more. That's a wrong on as well. Wow. 9 overs gone, 55 for 1. Yeah, you mentioned right, the next match also is very, very important. The Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters versus the Mysuru Warriors. I remember the Mysuru Warriors won against the Gulbarga Mystics, where Prerna had that toiling innings of 50. And they did win that comfortably, but if you look at that points table, very important that the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters win this with a big total, with a big margin. Toss is going to be crucial, definitely.
Yeah, bowling change here. Nikki Prasad now comes in from the Anil Kumble end. Yeah, going to be very, very important, that toss for the next game.
Good revolutions on the ball. And this is what I like from a spinner. When you have that little jump in the crease, a little shorter run up, yeah, you can produce a lot of revolutions on the ball. That's what Nikki P did.
What a tournament she's having so far. She's been good with the ball, very good with the bat, and a very, very important cog in that wheel for the Hubli Tigers.
She wants Vrinda Dinesh to move from that square leg region towards mid-wicket. Yeah, she wants Krishika to probably play in front of square. I'm sure she's going to bowl a lot slower. There is long on, there is mid-wicket, and there is short mid-wicket as well. So, yeah, a lot more slower through the air. Yeah. And speaking of the way the exposure has been for all the players in the Maharani Trophy 2026, it's a big boost also for us as KSCA to go ahead and add in more teams the next season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is only a reassurance for us that in seasons to come, I'm sure the player pool will increase. We will have more teams, and only going to be that much more exciting. And the KSCA have been very, very instrumental in the growth of women's cricket here.
Pulled away. That's in the gap towards deep mid-wicket, and will be a boundary. Good placement. Roshni Kiran, after that big six, which is not caught well, this is her next boundary. Kalyani Motors boundary now.
Yeah, slightly short here on this occasion from Nikki Prasad. She gets onto that beautifully, does Roshni Kiran, and places it beautifully in that gap.
And also did not try to hit the ball too hard, because if she had done that, she would have found Priya Chavan at that deep mid-wicket region. She just placed the ball between square leg and deep mid-wicket. Especially when you have that short ball, you kind of light up into yourself, your eyes kind of big brighter. Then you try to play the shot a little more with power than placement. But Roshni did not do either. What a good luck. And that catch at boundary rope. Hope that luck transforms into something bigger. Has to hurry. Straight to Rima Farid. And that throw was a little short of confidence, I reckon.
Yeah, she didn't time that, and but needed to get off strike, give the strike back to Roshni. It's the last over of the first half of the first innings.
Good drive, but straight to Rima. 10 overs gone, 63 for 1. It's a good 10 overs, but it's not enough because it's the NRRR that the Gulbarga Mystics are fighting against, and we will see the umpire signal his watch. Yeah, that's the drinks break now. Much needed for both the teams.
Back after the hydration break and put into bat the Mystics at the halfway marker, 63 for 1, and certainly would look to up the ante as of now. And Rameshwari Gaikwad change of ends for her. In the com box with me is Vikram. Vikram, a must-win game. Where are they heading to at the halfway mark?
Well, they were fortunate to get an over where they kind of unleashed. So they kind of get their tail up a bit. But the Mystics have a lot of work against this very strong batting lineup.
So projected score of 124. It's not going to take them anywhere. Short ball pulled and gets the treatment. Acres of open spaces on the leg side. Just two boundary riders. Krishika this time around. Gets the timing and the placement right. Another Kalyani Motors boundary.
Krishika continuing the assault. Pulling that bat ball to the mid-wicket fence. Nobody's there for a boundary. Just marginally short. She sees it straight up and pulls it away.
More of these, and there's a sort of start they required after the halfway mark. Inching towards that half-century partnership, 47 of 38. tries. Will they push for 2? Monica Patel restricts that to 1, and surprising the skipper walking in at number 3. Still not getting a move on. Saw a couple of overs where they couldn't latch on to some loose bowling from Reema Farid. Certainly those were the 2 overs they should have targeted. But nevertheless, that's done and dusted, and Roshni now has to step up the plate. 130, 140 certainly on this belter of a track against the Hubli Tigers might. It's going to be tough for them to defend.
I was actually wondering the way Reema was coming at the batters with no run up at all, that perhaps the batters could have really gone down the pitch, because the ball's going to come definitely slow. You're going to get more time. But eschewing that, I imagine.
Down the ground, high, timing perfect. Back shot into the stands. Cycle pure Agarbati maximum from the blade of the skipper. Everything perfect on that occasion.
Roshni Karan showing what power she possesses. Driving that for over long on, the widest long on, cow corner for a massive 6.
Stepping out once the bowler released the ball and getting underneath that. Full swing of the bat. Minimal risk, but maximum result on that one. This is the over they were looking at. 11 of it already. Once again goes high, and this time around over deep mid-wicket. The fielder at deep mid, just a spectator. Back-to-back sixers. Another cycle pure Agarbati maximum from the skipper's blade.
Wouldn't you simply have to appreciate the power Roshni has displayed? It's right there, and I think they're definitely the Hubli Tigers, the Gulbarga Mystics are going to take into a big total today.
True, we've seen a wicket fall always once the hydration break is done, but foot on the accelerator. She's decided to take the off spinner on. 2 boundary riders, and on the leg side, she's decided to come round, and the line is going to be across the right-hander. She's going to challenge her to go over the onside. She's going to get going with the arm. Shortcut. Be disappointed. An expensive over. 17 coming off that. 11 done. The Mystics are 80 for 1. Expensive over the last one, 17 of it, and Priya Chavan for a second one, 5 off a first over, but the batter's out in the middle. Krishika 42 of 36, and Roshni, what a last over she had, 2 cycle pure maximums, racing along to 25 of 18, and the partnership 60 of 42. I think if these batters can stick it around for another 4 or 5 overs at 15, if they can look at about 110. Certainly what the average score we spoke about batting first on this pitch, about 170 plus, certainly in the vicinity. And the Mystics will need all of that against the Hubli Tigers, which bat pretty big and deep, and also in-form batters.
Would you suggest the Hubli Tigers bat really deep, or are you really relying upon iconic players like they have, like Nikki and Vrinda, who really will add weight to that batting?
True, they are top heavy with the openers in Pratyusha and the skipper Vrinda Dinesh, Nikki Prasad walking in at number 3. Certainly they rely on them, and more often than not, one of the 3 have delivered, which has been a key feature of their batting lineup. Picked up over the top. Rameshwari Gaikwad will run across from long off. That'll be a comfortable couple for the captain. And this is the intent we see. Maybe the discussion happened during the hydration break, when the Mystics coach would have sent a message or told them that 130, 140 is not what we are looking at. And straight away we see they've shifted gears, and we've seen boundaries and sixes galore once the hydration break was done. Big appeal was there on inside edge. The bowler interested. And the umpire has come up. Is it for a run out? There we see just cut back off the seam. Looked like no deviation. The umpire had no interest. It was just a subtle inquiry from the keeper. Exaggerated seam movement. So the drink break really got them together to put their minds together and say that we need a push on from here. That's what we've seen in the last over and a half.
Well, the commentator's blessing almost came out in favor of the Hubli Tigers. Now, just what we see sometimes is there's a loud appeal, and that was not to be Roshni's call at all. So just you lose your head as a batter. You're rattled, and you want to put it right by just going down the pitch, but it wasn't her call at all. So risky here. Roshni survives.
The last thing after a fruitful partnership in play, 63 or 45, they would want something happening in the wake of a run out. And a run out is a dismissal that can totally derail the momentum of the batting side. Lucky to survive. And Priya Chauhan has looked good today after a couple of rough nights. We're happy to see the management of the Hubli Tigers pose faith in her abilities. Shot pulled straight down. Is there a chance? Dive and Wayne splits the field. Disappointment there, but a straight hit. And another Kalyani motor boundary for the skipper, Roshni Kiran.
Can anything describe the power that Roshni possesses? She's on the back foot. It's hit it straight back past the bowler, the longest part of the ground to go to. Yet she's beaten the two fielders. The longer and longer massive boundary there.
Big girl, big shoulders, and bottom man coming into picture. Absolutely no chance for the boundary rider there. Again shot, a free hit. Certainly would be disappointed. Had she got even a touch on that one, would have raced away. Two fielders within the circle on the leg side square. Priya Chauhan just missing her line. And this pitch has got no margin for error for the bowlers. They need to be spot on. Stump to stump is what they need to operate. Pace off would be the option they would look at. Better option, hesitation. Throw coming in at the wrong end. Slow to start off the blocks was Roshni. Touch hesitant, but nevertheless comfortably finished the single. So last couple of overs have been a touch expensive. They were at 63 for 1 at the halfway mark, and they've almost got close to 20 runs post the hydration break. Back of the hands, low ball. Doesn't make use of the full toss. Taps it down to long off for a single is Krishika. End of over number 12. Mystics 90 for the loss of 1 wicket. Would Roshni take it upon herself now, have a chat with Krishika and let her know that Krishika has set well, ask her to bat deep till the end, and she takes it on as of now. The bowling card, 2 overs for 6 for Monica. Rameshwari Gaikwad, a touch expensive, 3 for 30, 1 for 15, China Kapoor. The only wicket taker, 2 overs for 14 for Priya Chauhan. Disappointed touch was Reema Farid, 2 overs for 16. The lone over bowled by Nikki Prasad, 1 over for 8. We've still not seen the skipper in action with her off breaks. Surprising. She's somebody who would love to come on, roll her arm over, be it the power play or in the middle overs. But it's China Kapoor now, replacing Rameshwari Gaikwad. Tossed up on the leg stump, gets par on that. Would be disappointed, missing out on that. But lucky would be Saina Kapoor.
A victory for Mystics would also be need to be backed up by a good NRR and RRR, right? So I would reckon that Roshni is a good girl to go with the excess power she's demonstrated so far. And probably the sheet anchor role goes to Krishika. We don't know what they've discussed out there.
Swings hard and just the fielder in action there, Priya Chauhan. But no chance, sailing high overhead. Another cycle pure maximum. This one from the blade again of skipper Roshni Kiran.
Roshni Kiran giving herself plenty of time, going down on a knee and hitting that to the cow corner boundary just over Priya Chauhan's head, the same fielder who almost took a catch. So Roshni is going big. Yes, with the power she possesses, she can really put the team ahead. And Krishika can probably play the role that Prerna was designated in the first place.
The third cycle pure maximum we've seen from the blade of the skipper just after the halfway mark means that she has decided that she's going to take the bowling on. 37 of 23. This time around flat batted. Doesn't find the gap. It's not going the Tigers' way as of now. Where is the skipper going to look around for that wicket that's going to come from? Healthy partnership, 78 for 52. One strike away is Krishika. Looks like she's been away from strike for a long time. We've seen her just had a couple of balls once the break was done. Bit off inside the circle. Will she look going downtown? Long on and a cow corner. We have a sweeper cover. Goes big this time around. Another cycle pure maximum. Picked up beautifully on the leg stump. Was there for the taking. Timing, elevation, power. Excellent on this occasion from Krishika. With that 6, she reaches another half century. Well-deserved 50 and a standing ovation from the dugout.
Yeah, Roshni bringing up her 50 in an elegant style. The style she's known to perform in, getting it over the boundary. Sana Kapoor doing the best she can, but slightly over-pitched ball, and Roshni finds a different area of the ground to go to for a maximum.
What a way to bring up a 50. Krishika, she's been around since ball 1 and brings it up in style. Drills it through the offside. 2 is the call. Skipper comfortably turns back for that. It's been a good time since the break for the Mystics. They've come out with a clear mind. The intent is on and their execution has been spot on. Roshni being the one who's taken the bowling to the attack, and Krishika has not missed out on anything loose. What a half century she's had today afternoon. 52 of 41. Held the innings together. Partnership growing in confidence. Finishes off the over with a single. Touch expensive in that over. 2 maximums. At the end of 13, the Mystics are 107 for the loss of 1. .331 touch expensive Saina Kapoor. Last over went for 2 cycle pure Agarbatti maximums. Krishika's 50 saw some brilliant stroke play. This one over extra cover. This one pulled in the vacant gaps. A full toss, a free hit. Couple from Rima Farid who struggled to get a line and length going. And this one swept away. Once again another full toss. Shot. Whacked away. This was the one which brought up for half a century. Brilliant pickup shot on the leg side. High over deep square leg. This prompts the skipper to get back her most experienced bowler. This time around from the Anil Kumble end. Monica Patel has looked good in the first 2 overs. Just conceding 6 in the power play. She the one who's going to get the breakthrough for the Tigers. Swung and certainly a chance going down. Disappointed Monica Patel would be. Width on offer. No timing at all. Outside edge certainly should have been taken. But the ball, silken it was, racing away. The shot third for a Kalyani Motor boundary.
Just slashing hard at that. Slash hard as they say, just past the fielder over there. Silken's not in any position to take that. Races to the boundary.
Starting the over with a boundary. The pressure certainly back on Monica Patel now. On song is Krishika. Swings this time around and she just manages to find the fielder. Against the run of play, we were speaking about the fine form she looked in. Wicket coming from Monica Patel. The partnership of 91 coming to an end, and the dreaded Nilsson gets another wicket. The downfall, this time around it's Krishika.
Krishika will be a touch disappointed there, just pulling that one. She's looking good all this time. Priya Chauhan just going back and forth a little bit and holding that catch finally. 2 have sailed over her head almost. This time, Priya makes no mistake and Krishika has to head back to the pavilion. Unfortunately, this partnership gets broken as it was looking really, really good.
Second wicket going down on the Mystics. Nilsson, 111 for 2. The batter back in the hut is Krishika for a well-made half-century.
If the Tigers want to get the tail up further, make no mistake, Soumya is the one who targets the cow corner and the square leg area big time. So between cow corner and square leg, you want to put your best fielders and ensure that they're expecting a catch. That's a go-to area.
It's worked well for the skipper, getting a most experienced bowler back in. And she did look around the park as to who was the one who was going to get her the breakthrough. And Monica Patel obliges and picking up the wicket of the informed batter. Krishika departs after a well-deserved half-century. Most important, the partnership of 91, which was growing in confidence, was broken. 1-1 for 2. In walks the wicketkeeper Soumya Varma. Respite for the Hubli Tiger bowlers. 4 inside the circle on the offside, 1 on the on in single saving. Straight away, stump to stump, and quickly has Monica realized what she needs to do. She's pegged the Mystics back with that all-important wicket. Stump to stump is what she would like to aim, and Soumya would be smart enough to just work the ball around and hand over the strike back to the skipper, who's striking it big.
Yes, the skipper is striking it really big, but also Soumya is a power hitter, maybe like you described. It would take an over or two for her to just settle down there, see what the pitch is doing, and then go big herself.
Pull this time around, over 45, dragged down on the leg stump on a free hit, and starts off with a Kalyani motor boundary, Soumya Varma.
So Soumya just pulling that one, just down on one knee, and to the backward square fence for almost a 6 over there, but she's got to be content with the boundary.
Certainly disappointed would be Monica. She walked back, she did gesture to the skipper saying, no, it was not on. Somebody with her experience giving a freebie with just one boundary rider just behind square, and if you're going to drag it down halfway, it's basically a free hit for a batter who's just come in new. Certainly Soumya, the shot would have given her a lot of confidence. Cuts this time around, and what a miss. Saina Kapoor. Certainly disappointed would be the skipper as well as the bowler Monica Patel. Had a golden chance to pick up the second one in the over.
Yes, the Hubli Tigers will be a touch disappointed there. One catch, almost a catch going down earlier, just in that fly slip region, and now yet again another one floored, but they must just get their tails up again and fight away.
Maybe what shot cut away, but absolutely no timing. A regulation chance. Certainly 10 out of 10. Saina Kapoor would have pocketed that. Unfortunately goes down round the stumps for the last ball. Getting into the stumps and play and a miss. Finishes well. A wicket and a dot ball to end the over. Monica Patel. 14 done. 116 for the loss of 2 wickets are the Gulbarga Mystics. A wicket and 2 chances going down in the last over. Certainly the Hubli Tigers keeper would be disappointed, more so Monica Patel. She had an opportunity to get one more. Nevertheless, had to be content. The current run rate at 8.29 and the projected score looks at 166. Certainly would be a challenging one. Nikki Prasad had a 1 over spell from the Anil Kumble end, and she comes back for a second from the Rahul Dravid end. Can she pull one off like what Monica did? Cut, but can't find the gap. All important period of play this is.
Yeah, I think at such a time when you go to peg the opposition down, I expected there'd be an experienced bowler coming in to stem the flow. We haven't seen Vrinda yet, so maybe these 2 bowlers are going to be used in such a fashion, at the appropriate times.
True, maybe they're trying a couple of things out, maybe sitting comfortably at the top. Irrespective of the result, with the sort of healthy N triple R they have, should be a sure shot for the finals on the 1st of August. But having said that, a victory and the momentum going on would add that much more confidence to the side. But nevertheless, so far so good. The game's been even Stevens, and this would be something that I would relish to watch. Round the stumps, 2 boundary riders on the onside, and the skipper Roshni Kiran on strike. Steps out and another missed chance. There was an outside edge. Yeah, if it's an outside edge, a tough chance for the keeper. But luck going in favor of the Mystics.
Bowling around the stumps near the batter, playing for some turn, but there was not. It's drifted away big time, and just unfortunate to miss out there, Pratyusha.
Tough, really tough chance. Reverse an appeal, and the umpire says no. Maybe the impact touch outside off. Soumya Verma getting into all sorts of tangles. Yeah, could be. Umpire's judgment is what is important. Good on-field call. Sweeps in front of square, but can't find the gap. Pretty productive over so far from Nikki Prasad. Just the 3 singles. And this is the all-important ball. Certainly Roshni Kiran would be lining it up big. And onside or long on is what is the area she's going to target. Just a quiet warning to the non-striker saying, please stay within. Let's not get into a rut there. Swept in front of square. No chance for any fielder. Open spaces. Finishes the over with the Kalyani Motors boundary. Mystics at the end of 15 are 123 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Next 5 overs, very crucial here for the Gulbarga Mystics of the Maharani Trophy 2026. This will decide whether they play the August 1st finals or no, because they've been poised really well. 123 for 2. They can really try and push the scoring. Still Roshni is looking very good. 165, 170. Then, yeah, we've got a game on our hands. Change of voices. I am Navin Shori. Alongside with me is Param. Priya Chavan to begin the 16th over. Her third. Width on offer. Slapped away. That's in the gap. Nobody at sweeper cover. Boundary. Beautiful timing from Soumya. That is what you need.
Yeah, wide up there on that occasion from Priya Chavan. And Soumya gets onto that beautifully and times that to perfection through that gap between extra cover and cover. And another Kalyani Motors boundary there for the Gulbarga Mystics.
How well she played that in front of square as well. Made sure that the ball, any fielder behind did not have any issue. Now they've got the sweeper cover back. Again width, this time up in the air. Not carried to that sweeper cover.
The fielder there, Shreya Pote. Yeah. Maybe try and create those chances. Could have been an opportunity there, but nonetheless, Priya Chavan, she's been good today with the ball and even in the field. Couple of catches, one going for a 6, but the other one, she doesn't drop that.
Stepping down the wicket. Long off. We'll just see the ball sail overhead. Big 6 here for Roshni Kiran. And the captain gets another Cycle Pure Agarbatti 6.
Yeah, fuller here from Priya Chavan. And back of the hand delivery. Roshni reading that beautifully. Just a shimmy down the wicket and plays that over the long off fielder for a maximum.
She's got 5 sixes. This is the innings that you really want to see from her. No pressure whatsoever of the captaincy. She's playing freely. Bowled! Well, off cutter. Priya Chavan cleans up Roshni Kiran early into the shot. And she'll be really, really disappointed with that one. She was really batting well on 49 and now has to depart.
Yeah, Priya Chavan, similar delivery like the previous one. Just another back of the hand delivery there. And not too full on that occasion, just in that good length region. And Roshni Kiran not able to read that and will have to depart now.
Yeah, back of the hand. That one turned in as an off cutter to Roshni. That's probably what done her in. Probably she saw the ball being a back of the hand delivery. Probably thought the ball will not come into her so much. But yeah, congratulations to Roshni Kiran for that wonderful innings. Really played well. And 49 of just 29 deliveries. 5 sixes and 3 boundaries. 134 for 3 as I think Aditi Rajesh walks in at number 5.
Yeah, very, very crucial here for Soumya, who has played 9 deliveries. She's looking set. She set a bit of a foundation here. And to play along Aditi Rajesh, build that partnership, try and get to that 160, 165 mark.
The beginning for this over was good. But then did not want that rash shot coming across. But yeah, she was in that mind frame as well, Roshni Kiran, to go for the attack. Vrinda Dinesh now wants the short third fielder to go back to deep third as she herself comes up from long off to mid off. Oh, mix up here, is it? Bowler in. Soumya comes in between the stumps and the throw, and they do not want to take that single because it's off the body. Why run?
Yeah, a couple of mix-ups there. And the calling between the wickets slightly poor on that occasion, but yeah, she saves herself. Hope she didn't get hurt while the ball was thrown to her by Monica Patel. Priya Chavan, yeah, 1 for 25 in her 2.5. Couple of boundaries in the first couple of deliveries, but she comes back strong after that wicket of Roshni Kiran.
Another slow ball. Very good over from Priya Chavan. 16 gone, 134 for 3. So 134, how much should they put up on the board?
Yeah, they should be looking for another 30 runs from here. 30, 40 runs maybe. Anything above that will be a bonus. But my question to you, Naveen, previous over, Roshni Kiran batting on 49. She hit a couple of boundaries. Was there a need to play a cross shot when Priya Chavan was bowling those variation deliveries? The easy thing to do is try and get off strike, get to that 50. But maybe she was in two minds there.
And also that mindset, isn't it? That she was there in the attacking mode. She wanted to play the shot early, and like we discussed, back of the hand delivery, falling in and cutting back in as an off cutter. That's probably what done Roshni in. You never expect that back of the hand delivery to come back in so sharply.
Yeah, Saina Kapoor now bowling her last over. She's been good, 1 for 32. Got that wicket early on of Prerna. And yeah, a couple of boundaries here or there, but she's kept it tight. She's not giving away too much.
They need a move on. Hubli Tigers will be happy for all this. Singles, twos, no problem whatsoever. And remember, if they can even come closer to the Gulbarga Mystics' total, Hubli Tigers will make it to the finals because they already have 6 points and a very good NRRR. So Gulbarga Mystics, whatever they put up on the board, they need to defend it very early. That means they need wickets. That means they will have to bowl the Hubli Tigers out.
Yeah, it's going to be key for Rajeshwari Gaikwad and Nainisha. And the other bowlers of the Gulbarga Mystics, they're going to have to play a key role here this afternoon.
The only factor what the Gulbarga Mystics will be thinking is they don't have that wicket taking and send the chilling nerves to the batter sort of a bowler. Yeah, because you have Kinjal, yes, but she'll come on in later, not inside the power play. Probably she'll have to bowl few more extra overs today.
I'll be interested to see if that if Roshni Kiran goes to Kinjal Patel in the power play. Be very, very interesting that they try and opt for that strategy there.
And also Rajeshwari Gaikwad without the captaincy pressure. You'll probably be thinking that she gets 3 or 4 wickets. Stepping down, drags it towards long on, and very, very good effort from Nikki P. Not long on. She ran in, and the dive was good, but couldn't capture that one. 17 gone, 139 for 3. Priya Chavan comes in for her last over. 3 overs, 25 for 1. She's been good. The big major wicket of Roshni Kiran. Floater sort of a delivery.
Yeah, what's also been interesting about this innings, especially the way the Hubli Tigers have bowled, is that the skipper, Vrinda Dinesh, she's not gotten herself onto bowl. And she's been very, very trustworthy of her bowlers. They've done a beautiful job this afternoon.
Yeah, she did not find the need, I suppose, because they've done well. They've delivered what has been needed of. Full toss. That's easy picking. Over the top of deep extra. 1 bounce, boundary. Soumya was waiting for that one, and she dislodges that one in style.
Yeah, a gift here from Priya Chavan. A full toss delivery, and Soumya not going to miss out on that. She dispatches that for Kalyani Motors boundary. 1 bounce into the fence.
Again, probably trying that back of the hand delivery. You need pinpoint precision and control. Doesn't come out easy if you have to just come out and bowl in a match situation. Another full toss, top edge. Fielder will not get under it because there was that shot fine and the keeper only chasing behind. Soumya would have been really unhappy that she did not get that off the middle of the bat. Should have played that really well.
Yeah, but that gives Aditi Rajesh now the opportunity to take the strike, try and emulate what Soumya has been doing so far. Couple of boundaries here, that's what they need. Another 20-25 runs will do them good.
Yeah, she can go behind square. That's one region, but she's bowling to the field. Nice line from Priya Chavan. She's not drifting at all, and she's done well. Her numbers might just say 31 for 1, but the real impact that she's brought in with the ball today is just more than those bowling figures. Oh, again, a slower delivery, gone wrong, but Soumya doesn't time it well. Yeah, all these small opportunities, they're not probably taking it out. And is this a run out? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Priya Chavan. Yeah, she's celebrating. Both the batters stuck at one crease, one side. Soumya V has to walk back.
Yeah, she hit that toe end of the bat towards the mid-off fielder, Vrinda Dinesh there. And no calling again. Aditi Rajesh just waiting at her crease. And Vrinda Dinesh Throws that to the keeper, Pratyusha, dislodging the bails, and that'll be the end of Soumya.
Very unlucky way to get out. You see two batters stranded at one side of the wicket. And Priya Chavan, the celebrations. Kinjal Patel has walked in at number 6.
We spoke about the fielding this entire tournament. Another example there of a run out, but it's been sort of 50-50 on the field today for the Hubli Tigers. A couple of drop chances.
Sometimes they do well in the catching department. They take all the catches, and few occasions today, especially Priya Chavan's catch at the boundary rope, should have been an easy one. But yeah, Nikki P's catch was tough at long on. And Saina, of course, should have taken that catch. If you're playing the finals, you need to iron out all those things. Kinjal Patel now. What a good over. What a good spell from Priya Chavan. 4 overs, 31 for 1. 18 gone. 145 for 4.
Bowling card there. Monica Patel, 3 for 15, getting 1 wicket. Rameshwari Gaikwad, 3 for 30, slightly expensive today. Saina Kapoor, 4 for 36, 1 wicket. And Rameshwari Gaikwad will now bowl the penultimate over.
Good start. Oh, misfield at square leg. They will come back for the second one. You see, these are the things that we are talking about. They need to iron out all these small shortcomings.
Yeah, they'll have to be on the A game come this weekend if either of these teams qualify. But misfield there, and how costly could that be? Another additional run there taken from Aditi Rajesh.
And also she's getting back on strike. Doesn't time it well. I think they'll be really disappointed with this one. They would have thought 165, 170. I don't think so. They're crossing, say, 160 maybe, or 155. It's a hard, toiling innings for sure from every batter of the Gulbarga Mystics. Pressure on of the NRRR. 2 points that's needed for qualifying in the finals. It all boils down to their batting in terms of how they are batting out this 10 deliveries. And then a major boil down in their bowling. Kinjal trying to walk into the shot. She might have to take that extra risk to come back for the second round. Good running. Very good running. She was going to the danger end, and she did come back comfortably.
A good running this from Kinjal Patel and Aditi Rajesh. They saw that opportunity of the additional run, and Kinjal Patel rather putting herself in the danger zone. Monica, good throw there, but they go through. And now she goes over covers, and that's a catch. That's a catch. Divya Jnanananda takes that beautifully.
Kinjal Patel had no other option but just to go against the bowling. Idea was right. She played it with the turn. She did everything right, but the only point is she did not middle the bat. That's the problem. Divya Jnanananda, good catch. She just did not middle the ball at all. Just the outer half of the blade, and a very good timed catch from Divya. Kinjal has to walk back. Another big blow here for the Gulbarga Mystics. 149 for 5.
Trisha DA, the new batter, out there in the middle. Aditi Rajesh and her will now have to look for at least 10 to 12 runs from here.
Big shot. But straight to deep mid wicket. 150 up for the Gulbarga Mystics. Oh, they will come back for the second run. Priya Chavan fumbling there at deep mid wicket. Good mindful thought from Trisha DA to come back for the second run.
Yeah, these extra runs could be slightly costly for the Hubli Tigers, but Good running here from Trisha DA and Aditi Rajesh. Very, very good calling between the wickets.
Decent over from Rameshwari Gaikwad in the 19th. What a good spell for her. 4 overs, 37 runs and a wicket. 19 gone, 152 for 5. And this is how the wickets fell. First one, of course, was that clean bold. Then that very good running catch towards the left from Priya Chauhan. And then Roshni Kiran. Will be really disappointed with that one. And then the run out. She should have gone back. Soumya's call was good. She should have gone, because it was not Aditi Rajesh running into the danger end. And then last one to go was Kinjal Patel, slicing that one straight to Divya. So last over, as expected, it's Monica Patel. How much can they garner out of this? Slapped away beautifully well, but straight to deep covers. It's not enough. 153. Say what? 160? No, even that is not enough.
Yeah, 5 deliveries to go. Aditi Rajesh and Trisha DA. They need at least a couple of boundaries. Maybe add another 10 runs, 12 runs to this total. Get to 165.
That will give them a psychological advantage, a moral boost, so that they can come back and defend the total. Apesh over the top of mid-off. That's running away to the boundary ropes. That will help Gulbarga Mystics. Nice strike from Aditi Rajesh for another Kalyani Motors boundary.
Yeah, Monica Patel in that good length region, and just clearing that leg does Aditi Rajesh, and hits that over the mid-off fielder. Vrinda Dinesh goes for a boundary.
Also, she was trying that slower delivery, isn't it? That one fell short. Now the mid-off is being dropped back to long off as the third fielder comes up in the ring. That's off the middle of the bat. That will clear long on comfortably. What a good strike here from Aditi Rajesh. This is exactly what you need. And Gulbarga Mystics are delivering it to their fans.
What an absolute mighty blow here from the bat of Aditi Rajesh. Clearing that leg and goes over long on for a cycle pure agarbatti maximum.
Again, that length ball from Monica Patel, isn't it? She should try and find another way. Another length ball. This is not timed well. Chance and put down from Rameshwari Gaikwad. At that short extra. Couple of runs. Aditi Rajesh will take it. Gulbarga Mystics will take it. 165. Yeah, the psychological advantage.
Yeah, maybe 2 more boundaries from here. And they get to 174. Very, very crucial for Aditi Rajesh to finish the inning strong.
And Monica Patel was utterly disappointed with Rameshwari Gaikwad. Walking into the shot. She's timed it beautifully well. But amazing work from Priya Chauhan. Had to move towards her right, say at least 10 yards. And covers the one beautifully well and saves 2 runs for her team.
Yeah, good shot this from Aditi Rajesh. Pulls that beautifully, and excellent work there in the deep by Priya Chauhan. Covers a lot of ground, saves a couple of runs for her team.
Also was very mindful of the rope this time. Right, last ball. Can Aditi Rajesh strike one big? Take that 170 advantage. Monica will try to make everybody wait. Good ploy, good ploy.
Yeah, 167 from 19.5, the last ball of the innings. Can they score a boundary here? Can they get to 170?
Remember, if they want to qualify, like I said, Gulbarga Mystics will have to bowl out Hubli Tigers. Say within 110, 120, somewhere like that. Straight down the ground. One bounce, boundary. Priya Chauhan was wide enough, and Aditi Rajesh got that placement perfectly well. And Gulbarga Mystics reach 171. Nice Kalyani Motors boundary of the last ball.
Yeah, what a cameo she's played, Aditi Rajesh. Full on this occasion from Monica Patel on that last delivery, and hits it straight back over the bowler's head for a boundary. And Hubli Tigers will now need 172 runs in their 20 overs.
Or do you think Gulbarga Mystics are going to spring up a surprise and probably restrict the Tigers to what? 110, 115 maybe to be safer? Because you never know what's the net relative run rate that you need to chase or need to defend off.
Yeah, that's the batting out there. Prerna GR, 11 of 13. Krishika Reddy played that beautiful knock, 57 of 44. Roshni Kiran was looking good, 49 of 29 till she got bowled off Priya Chavan. Soumya Verma, another good cameo there, but she got unfortunately run out by her partner. Aditi Rajesh, another beautiful cameo, 23 of 12. And Trisha, 4 of just 3 deliveries.
All the more important is to look at that bowling card. Everybody have done well, especially Priya Chavan today, Saina Kapoor, Rameshwari Gaikwad. Look at the economy. Everybody has gone into the same number of runs. Yes, Monica Patel is quite expensive, 4 overs 34. But that last over, that is something that she should have controlled than getting expensive in the last over. But as it stands, this is what happened, where Prerna and Krishika Reddy came out to bat in a pressurious match, last league game. They had to put up 175, 180, which they have done. And Saina Kapoor dismissing Prerna, trying to play the ball inside out. And then this lucky escape from Roshni Kiran against Priya Chavan. And then Rima Farid came along and gave Krishika Reddy some nice birthday gifts to try and get those boundaries for herself. And then all the more important that they did try and go against the bowling every time. They did not settle down. They did not allow the batters to settle down, the Hubli Tigers, until the 17th or the 18th over. And then came that big innings of Krishika Reddy, 57. Nicely done. And then the catching has been good today for the Hubli Tigers. Apart from a couple of them going down, they've been good in the field. And Soumya Verma playing a cameo. And then Roshni Kiran was dismissed. Full toss kept coming in, and this was an unnecessary run out. Trisha DA should have responded and gone back. Aditi Rajesh, in fact, there. And then Kinjal Patel. Nice catch from Divya Gnanananda. And the last over completely belonged to Aditi Rajesh. Nicely timed those boundaries and sixes against Monica Patel. Yeah, because in that over itself, they got 19 runs in the last over. So, Hubli Tigers need 172 to win, or I should say Gulbarga Mystics need to restrict the Hubli Tigers for say 110, 120 to qualify. We'll come back soon. Stay on. Welcome back as the Gulbarga Mystics put into bat by Vrinda Dinesh. Did start off really well, but later down the order, it was only Aditi Rajesh. But 172 to chase and defend. I kind of somehow feel that the Gulbarga Mystics have an outside chance, even if Hubli Tigers are looking pretty strong at the moment to play the August 1st finals. And even if they can, say, somewhere come close to 140, 150 even, I think Gulbarga Mystics are probably out in terms of the N-triple-R, because that is very tricky, the N-triple-R. You will not know unless and until the scorer tells us, unless until it's officially told us, because you cannot presume things, especially in the N-triple-R factor. All that they'll have to do is Gulbarga Mystics try and emulate this bowling card, try and pick up a lot of wickets, try and get the Hubli Tigers bowled out. That's exactly what they'll have to probably do when they come out. I'm Navin Chauri. Alongside with me is Vikram. Vikram, happy to meet you today. Last league day today at the Maharani Trophy 2026. It's panned out well for the Gulbarga Mystics.
Yeah, happy to be back in the box with you. On your point, I really feel that I don't think the Hubli Tigers is going to go big. They feel quite secure. So you're right about the Mystics wanting to bowl them out to secure a very good N-triple-R. I really think it calls for some astute captaincy. They have a new captain today. Even the earlier captain was good. And some magic balls to come out, because it's not a question of the team like Hubli Tigers going hard out because they want to up their net run rate as a result. So it's going to require some very innovative bowling, maybe some attacking bowling by the Mystics.
I like the way where you said magic deliveries. Yeah, nice way to put across diplomatically, very correct. You don't have to take a risk on that one. Magic can be anything, either a dot ball, either a wicket, as Vrinda Dinesh walks out to the centre alongside with her strong opening partner Pratyusha K. I'll tell you what, Vrinda Dinesh comes across to me, as I have seen her, as a very warm person, very nice in terms of respecting everybody, and also making sure that she also gets that respect from her teammates. It's very important, right, for a captain to believe in yourself, and the team should believe in the captain as well.
Also, I think she commands that respect in many other ways, that she's actually has a very good work ethic. You see the amount of time she puts away from matches into looking at many things in a technique, a lot of time spent in strength and conditioning, consulting many trainers, and she commands that respect straight away. And when she speaks, I think the team really responds to such a player who's actually on the fringes of playing for India. She's had an India A2 earlier, and many feel that she should have played for India by now.
Yeah, like I said, she's a very good player. And she does not demand respect. She just earns the respect, which is very, very good. Pratyusha, she's not got any pressure at all. Officially, I think the scorers have given us a number. 117 is what Gulbarga Mystics need to restrict the Hubli Tigers to. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough with that stiff batting order. And I call it stiff is because what if in the power play you get 60 for no loss? Chances are there, 55, 60 no loss, and that's it, poof, match gone out of the hands of the Gulbarga Mystics. So that is why Rajeshwari Gaikwad's beginning needs to be really dangerous and pinpoint. She's got a deep square leg and deep in wicket. First ball. Off the mark. Straight away, Pratyusha. Nice stop from Roshni Kiran. But yeah, 117. Do you think that's very stiff?
It's really, really stiff. So they're really going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat. And we've got the slip in place here. I think we might see an attacking field continuing past the power play also. We'll just wait and see on that.
You said rabbit. Probably I'll say they'll have to pull out a tiger out of the hat to restrict the Tigers. Vrinda Dinesh gets back in line with that delivery. But yeah, more important now for Rajeshwari Gaikwad, like you mentioned, to have that attacking field, have that slip always. Driven, dropped. That's a costly drop. Is that the spot dropped in the finals by Rajeshwari Gaikwad? That should have been taken.
I think the Mystics will hope that it's not a sign of things to come. Some of these catches must stick. It's just driving hard. Rajeshwari almost latching on to that.
Pretty tough those things can be, but as a spinner, you will have to be ready. She was ready.
You're talking about how to get them out for that score. Yes, magic balls and attacking fields, but there is yet another way out, of course. If you really dot up the batters considerably, they will go for a release shot. So easier said than done, but let's see what tactic the Mystics employ.
This is interesting work done by our fellow commentator who also looks after the operations at KSCA. This Param, he's gone into the scorers officials and he's got the official number 117. Up in the air, but over mid-off. One bounce, boundary. Vrinda Dinesh gets a first boundary and the captain is up and away.
Vrinda getting some width and not sparing it at all. You see this ball tossed up just a little wide, just a little trifle short, but that's not going to hit a stump. So Vrinda knows how to play this away, just hitting it over the fielder at mid-off.
Wide, also outside the off stump from Rajeshwari Gaikwad. She just fired that one in. Comfortable pace. That one came back in. That's much better. So, after the first over, 5 for no loss. So, we were talking about 117. And this match, if they play 20 overs, the Hubli Tigers, then they are through to the finals.
Yeah, they're looking really bright and shining. Tiger shining bright is some poem I remember learning in school. I can't remember it all.
They'll need to script a big story. Now, Gulbarga Mystics, a poem would not just do it. They need to hunt it down. Remember, it's their first season in the Maharani Trophy 2026. And they're up against the defending champions, the Hubli Tigers. And what I also try and expect is a good fight. Not throwing in the towel early, not getting bogged down with a few shots that will be played. Of course, there will be some boundary balls that will come along, but they should not bog down. They should not let the shoulders droop.
Absolutely. I'm sure the coaches, team management are rallying around to see that it's a good fight. That's what the Mystics should also stand for. But it's going to be very interesting to see what tactics the Mystics employ. Something out of the box. The usual thing may not work. Good catching. So it's going to be even more interesting to be outside the power play in terms of what the Mystics do.
And I think that's why Trisha DA has been handed over the new ball from Roshni Kiran. It's nice to see that she comes into the attack. Generally doesn't open the bowling. Trisha DA. She's got a slip. She's got backward of point, short cover. And there is long off. And there is a sweeper cover as well. So the off-stump line of attack is what is expected. Trisha. Nice start. And to get those 10 wickets, like I mentioned earlier as well, alongside with Param, Gulbarga Mystics need that one dangerous wicket-taking bowler who can spearhead the bowling attack.
Also, another way of looking at it, the Mystics need to get probably 4 wickets at best, 4 or 5. After that, you're eating into the tail, and you can't really be sure how well the tail would take the pressure. Then you can probably move in for the kill and restrict them to 117.
Yeah, the tail has not been tested for the Hubli Tigers. And they will not play some rash or loose shots. They would have said to themselves, okay, we've got 6 points. Probably get 130, 140. And then from there on, we'll try and see if we want to get the 170 run mark.
Trisha from Mysore has worked herself into the probables of the under-19 and will look to do one better by proving herself on this stage.
Driven straight down the ground. That looks so perfect. Boundary to Pratyusha. It can't get as straight as that one. Yeah, we speak of newspapers. No, this is going right now on the digital media.
Yeah, just when we talk about matchups, this is not exactly a matchup. Tusha's a little new to the structure. Very experienced batter than Pratyusha, who's been around a long time Karnataka wicketkeeper batter. And at the other end, no less Vrinda. So it's going to be a tough one here. But good chance for Tusha to prove how she can rattle the stumps, something like that.
Oh, I was just saying no rash shots. But Pratyusha just plays one. They'll be expecting that these things come out more often than not from the Hubli Tigers. What are the learnings, you reckon, for the Gulbarga Mystics going in probably to the next season of the Maharani Trophy?
I would reckon they need a little more experience at the top of the bowling, in the bowling as such. They've thrust the youngsters forward.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Nailed it to perfection from you. Oh, that is so sweetly timed. Clipped over deep mid-wicket. 6. The timing was so nice that the ball would have also loved the shot.
As if to vindicate our thoughts, here's that the batter taking full advantage of this, an effortless 6 just into the cow corner region. So when you're up against the Hubli Tigers, you have 3 top order batters, Pratyusha, Vrinda and Nikki. And that's not easy for young bowlers to bowl to. Also, with the other teams, they may be younger batters, but these are all power play batters, so it's good to have an experienced attack up front.
Like I said, they need somebody to spearhead the bowling attack. That's what they should be thinking at come the next season. Good over for the Hubli Tigers. 10 of this. 2 overs gone. 15 for no loss. Yeah, their batting has been pretty good. Right, there is no problem. Because you put up 170 on the board against a good bowling attack for the Hubli Tigers. You've scored 170, then it clearly suggests that there is no problem in the batting order at all.
Also, I wonder if we've really had a situation where the wickets are playing slightly better, or whether the batters have got used to it. They've got the younger batters having got used to how to rotate strike, and is that causing more runs to happen as we progress later in the tournament? Earlier, we described a pass score as 155, 160, and now reached that 170 mark.
Yeah, like I said, it's been that bowling attack that has actually pulled down the Mystics. Right, Rajeshwari Gaikwad, 3rd over of the power play. Mystics need to break this partnership very soon. Had to drag that one from outside off. Good thing is that Rajeshwari is bowling slow. I want her to kind of toss the ball up. Don't give any pace to the batter.
Yeah, she's going to be trying all that experience, all her tricks, but she's up against very experienced batters also.
There's deep square leg and deep mid wicket for Pratyusha. Inside edge, I think. Yeah. And also for the experience that you're talking about, probably you should throw more light on the auctions, the mindset of the owners, the franchisees when they were there. They went for some good names for sure. Swept away. There is protection.
You're asked about what's going well for the Hubli Tigers. Their team management said, well, 2 things. We're playing well as a unit, but also let's not forget the auction. We had our plans well in place. We discussed this well in advance, even while the Maharaja Trophy was getting to its end or even before that. So the auction went well for them, and I said, does that mean every team should go big for the players they want to?
That's really well timed, but straight to deep mid wicket.
And the answer was yes, you ought to go. You must want to know who you want and then go big, bid big, get your core built around the 2-3 top players, and then there's the mid core which comes, and that's how they build their team. And we sort of saw that last year also when they built a team and won the championship.
That's why it's so tough to break into the Hubli Tigers. That is really well timed and will go all the way for 6. Pratyusha again effortlessly puts Rajeshwari Gaikwad over long on. Another cycle pure Agarbatti 6. And this is Hubli Tigers' onslaught.
Whatever tricks Rajeshwari has have not worked right now. Pratyusha effortlessly launching into that, just that length ball. Batters these days tend to get under the ball, provide elevation more than do anything else. And when you have the power, you trust yourself, you back yourself, you easily clear the boundary.
And also the placement. So nice. When she hit that 6. Yeah, 3 overs gone. Costly one again. 24 for no loss, the Hubli Tigers. I think Kushi will come into the attack. Roshni Kiran is just trying to explain what she's expecting of her. Yeah, because Trisha DA was expensive, being taken out immediately after the first over. Just 10 runs from that one. They can't afford to have even 10 runs an over, because right now they're thinking 117. The Gulbarga Mystics, that's their total. That's the magic number, as Vikram was mentioning about the magic deliveries or wicket taking deliveries. Wow, just amazing, over the top of extra cover, boundary to Vrinda Dinesh. That is just showing how well she's in the bottom hand.
Vrinda welcoming the new bowler, young Kushi, and just sent it to the cover boundary there for an easy shot there. Yeah, sometimes you wonder whether getting a younger bowler would mean that the batters take them on and commit risks. But it's a little bit of a risky tactic getting young bowlers when you're trying to restrict the team hard.
And also that flight that Kushi was expecting the ball to turn. And again, Vrinda Dinesh goes big, this time over long on. Boundary, back-to-back boundaries. And Kushi is under pressure straight away.
Well, great learning experience for Kushi, but learning the hard way here. It's just going to another part of the ground. Vrinda knows that the fielder is up and she's going to dispatch it straight away for a boundary.
And also the previous one, she played it over extra cover, this time over long on. That shows how much of a control that she's got, is Vrinda Dinesh.
So also you'll find the experienced batters, they know what the conditions out there, they know it's a new hard ball. You don't try to overhit it. Some of the younger ones overhit it and try to give a catch, and give a catch sometimes. So lots to learn from this batting pair out there.
Oh my God. That's a very errant delivery. Will be a wide delivery, but the umpire will probably also check. Did it bounce before the popping crease?
So you talk about, we've spoken about how well the youngsters have risen to the occasion, but here's an example of how much pressure they can come under. One leg spinner came under pressure for the Hubli Tigers, and here's another one coming under pressure for the Mystics.
Oh yeah, Farida. She was all over the place. Did not find her right length at all. Once again, Vrinda Dinesh just beautifully times that one over long off for another cycle pure Agabatti 6. Well, I think this is going to finish very early than the Mystics' expectations.
Vrinda going over the mid-off. Yes, she has plenty of time. And like you said, also times the ball perfectly. So getting better and better out there. And the Hubli Tigers feeling right on top.
Also no problems to get to the pitch of the ball and loft it over. It's been a tough over for Kushi. And like you said, yeah, she's learning the hard way. Once again, goes over the top, clears her front leg and puts it behind on that long on region. 6 back-to-back sixes.
Lots of sixes flowing, not just sixes but nonchalant hitting. So this is really easy picking for these two batters. Pratyusha, Vrinda doing all the damage out there. Kushi doesn't know what length to bowl. Just straight back past her head. It was the sixth moment it left the bat.
Yeah, Soumya, Roshni Kiran, Kushi, everybody got into a bit of a huddle, a small quick team meeting of what to be done. It's a costly over, 21 runs already and a couple of more deliveries remaining. Vrinda's just played straight. Don't you want to have that long off back and bring that deep mid wicket up in the ring? See, once again, she goes in the same area. Over extra cover this time. Another 6. Third one. Back to back, and it's another Cyclepure Agabatti 6. 50 up here for the Hubli Tigers.
Yeah, the 50 comes up. You nailed it, Naveen. Yeah, there ought to have been long off. Different captains take different chances. Gambles sometimes like to leave deliberate gaps in the field to have catches come, but it's not working this time. And straight over the long off fence for another 6.
Yeah, put that long off back, bring that deep mid wicket up in the ring, and that's probably what the discussion is. And there we go. Rajeshwari Gaikwad will have to step in. She's the original keeper, in fact, the skipper. So she will have to take charge. She will have to take control. All the shots in this over have gone towards that long off, long on region. See, every time. That's the second 6. And then this one over extra cover. So last ball. I think now they've got the long off back. Yeah.
They got Krishika at long off. Yes, used to be a keeper herself, so she's a good fielder, a good pair of hands.
Yeah, mid wicket up in the ring. And top edging that one. But still no fielder at deep mid wicket. Will go far away from the fielder chasing that one. Boundary there. I hope she's not injured herself, but it's a boundary. Costly over from Krushi. 31 of it. 4 overs gone. 55 for no loss. She's probably hurt herself. Not good sight here. The moment the mid wicket was brought up in the circle, Vrinda Dinesh targeted that field. It was a shorter delivery.
Well, pull that. It wasn't exactly in the middle of the bat. It was skied high. Nanish a little bit away from the ball. Perhaps instead of timing her diving right, she just tended to kind of graze along the ground and in the process hit her fingers. So the exuberance of youth here.
Yeah, Nainisha also has to come back and bowl. Remember, it's very important. 4 overs, 55 for no loss. I think 117 is now probably looking very easy for the Hubli Tigers. Let's look at that effort once again. The ball was way far away from her. It bounced and hit her chin, and then the ball also ricocheted off her chin towards the boundary rope. Probably okay, Nainisha. She's a tough player. We were trying to build this up, saying Gulbarga Mystics will come out after that good batting performance, try and restrict the Hubli Tigers to 117. That's the magic number, officially confirming from the scorers as well. But the way they've started this power play, I think they're going to great guns in terms of getting the 170 very quickly.
Yeah, I think it's a simple case of if it's there, it's in your slot, just go for it. Look at the kind of bowling there is there. I would have thought they'd go more conservatively about it and just pace themselves, maybe even change the batting order a little bit to give the others an opportunity to just get to the 117. They still might do, but these two batters refuse to budge, just still out there in the middle.
Vikram, what you just probably said, the Gulbarga Mystics would have had their heart in the mouth, saying send out 2 different batters. Once again, pure timing all the way, but straight to Nainisha. I think that is Krishika Reddy. Yeah, at long off. Good stop. Yeah, but good point though. You need to juggle around the batting order. Nicely timed that one. Picks up that lens delivery correctly well. Nice stop. But they do want to cement their place in the finals first and then experiment maybe.
Yeah, but looking at how things are going now, reaching the 117 is sufficient for them. I feel they're the kind of team that would actually shuffle their batting a bit. You saw Rima coming quite early in the previous match. That's a bit of their policy to give them the chance first up.
She waits for that one and she dislodges that one towards deep mid wicket. Nice placement. Vrinda Dinesh. Yeah, she's just enjoying her stay in the middle. Another Kalyani Motors boundary. They are quiet. They're very, very quiet.
Swisha just pulling it marginally short, and that very, very favourite area of most batters these days, around the corner area. And the Mystics will be wondering, why do we have something like a power play at all?
.14 ball 40. Well, Like I said, she's enjoying herself in the middle. And that's why I always say that Vrinda Dinesh, she just earns that respect, not demands from her colleagues in the same team or wherever she plays. She's got that big control and that big contribution every time she goes out, maybe with the ball or bat. You look at her play, like you were mentioning, a big quick call up for the COE coming up.
Well, she's had so much experience. She's been to COE so many times, she and Mithila. I guess it's a gift for the Maharani Cup that they're able to, the COE is able to spare her for this particular tournament. While we talk, we know there are about 5 or 6 girls missing who are at the COE right now.
Well said. And that is well struck. Vrinda Dinesh towards that deep extra cover. Moves to 44. Another Kalyani Motors boundary. And like we were talking in the power play, they are 60 plus.
Yeah, Vrinda, just if you could use the word motoring along, but motoring along very fast. Boundaries have become the regular thing here. There's hard 80 singles and twos we're witnessing here. And Pratyusha the other end, no less. So just another boundary there to that wideish long off fence.
And all her boundaries have been good placements. Good timing. Yes, she's gone the aerial route, but even there, she's read the field perfectly well. Trisha, what has she got to do now? Bowls one shot. Again, that's blasted straight down the ground. Boundary again to Vrinda Dinesh. Moves to 48 of just 17. Another Kalyani Motors boundary.
Again, a great example of how these experienced players, there was a similar shot. Look at this one, where she just shuffles a little bit and then hits it straight back past the bowler. So judging the length and line perfectly. Prior to this, she'd had a similar ball, but she pulled out of it because she knew it wasn't exactly in her arc. This is right in her wheelhouse and going straight back past the bowler for a boundary.
Yeah, she's not going to bog down. If there's a chance, she will go big and reach her 50. Probably 18 ball 50. One of the quickest in the league stages here. Full toss. Once again, perfect timing. And like I said, 50 for Vrinda Dinesh in 18 deliveries. And she'll celebrate that in style. 5 overs, 72 for no loss. And the Hubli Tigers are up and away. Probably booking the PNR number to the finals.
Chase on, and what a style Hubli are doing it. What a fine half century by Vrinda Dinesh, the skipper. Her first half century coming off 18 deliveries. The fastest in this edition of the Maharani Trophy. Second half century for her. Correction, she got a 72 not out in the chase. And with me in the com box is Param. Param, what a run feast we've seen in this short stage of the game. 5 overs done, 72 without loss at the Hubli Tigers.
Yeah, dream start in this power play. The Hubli Tigers have chase of 172. They need 190 deliveries.
This is the array of shots we've seen from the blade of Vrinda. She's not spared any bowler. She took a particular liking to Kushi, who came on. And straight away, leading edge. Is there a chance? Despairing dive. But smart cricket, and Pratyusha comes back for second. That particular over in the power play, she took a liking to Kushi, hitting her straight down the ground, over extra cover, over long off. Short ball pulled over mid-wicket. 31 runs coming off that over. I think that turned the tide around. Later on in the last over, reeling off those back-to-back boundaries, reaching a 50, just off 18. Flick this time around, and Pratyusha has played a fine second fiddle. Opportunities presented. She's gone big. What a partnership this is turning out to be.
What I also like that Vrinda was playing some orthodox cricket shots. Nothing too fancy, nothing too unorthodox. And backing herself, playing in the arc. And yes, we've seen some beautiful array of cricket shots there.
Maybe if she can get through another 5 or 8 overs. The same pitch has seen 200s already. Straight down the ground. Clears the left leg. But mid-off. In no position. Just running in circles there. Lucky escape, I would say. Did we jump the gun too early? Nainisha would be disappointed.
Yeah, fuller there on that occasion from Nainisha, and Vrinda Dinesh didn't time that. The fielder there, Krishika Reddy. Ball was in the air for a while. She didn't judge that.
Lucky escape for the skipper. Down the ground, timing good. Two boundary riders outside the 25-yard circle in the power play. One is the straightest long on and the other one a deep mid-wicket. What an afternoon she's had so far, Vrinda. Just spoke a touch early, but certainly another 4-5 overs, I'm sure we could end up seeing the third 100 coming up. This was the same pitch used on day 4, which saw 2 hundreds come up. One from Shubha Satish. In the meanwhile, delicate touch. Splitting the short fine and short square fielder. Boundaries galore in the power play. Yet another one for Vrinda. Kalyani Motor boundary.
Yeah, Nainisha slightly fuller and down the leg on that occasion. And she flicks that towards the fine leg region. Bit of a dead touch. And beautifully timed that from Vrinda Dinesh.
Value for shots on this outfield, and just not about going downtown, but she's used her wrist to good effect. Deft touch. Boundary to the deep fine. Last over coming up off the power play. They are racing along, are the Hubli Tigers. Pulled high over deep mid-wicket. Just the spectators along on fielder. Another cycle, pure Agarbatti maximum. Hubli Tigers racing away now. 87 without loss at the end of over number 6. What a power play they've had.
Yeah, the Hubli Tigers supporters and fans, they're very, very happy. 87 for no loss after that power play. Vrinda Dinesh is looking very, very good here. 63 of 21. Trying to make a difference in that NRRR. Can they make it better and sit pretty on that number 1 position?
Power play so far. Shots all around the ground. Pratyusha started off well by taking the bowlers down the ground. This was a magnificent hit, effortless hitting. And this was the over which turned the game in the Hubli Tigers' favour. Over extra cover, down the ground, straight hitting at its best. The best place to go in the power play, mid-on, mid-off up, and an exquisite pull shot. And finishing off the 5th over in style. Boundary stayed down the ground. This was the one which bought the 50 for Vrinda. The last over, quite expensive, was Nainisha, who pulled off a miracle 13 to defend with 2 runs. They just managed, but deft touch, power hitting down the ground, array of shots from the skipper Vrinda Dinesh. Shot once again, absolutely no timing. Would be disappointed Pratyusha. Kinjal Patel replacing Khushi, and she's come on for the first over just after the power play. She's had a pretty decent tournament, Kinjal Patel. Whenever she's come on to bowl, she's managed to pick up a wicket, but an uphill task for her as of now.
Yeah, the required run rate only 6.14. And yeah, it's going to be a big ask and a big climb for the Gulbarga Mystics from here.
Shot put away in the gap. Moves around nicely. Certainly headaches for the new skipper. Managed to get to a total which we always speak about. 170, 171. And got a fine 49 also. But she's just looking around the park as to where is she going to get that wicket from and break this opening partnership. Certainly on song, just finding boundaries and sixers at will are the Hubli Tigers. Shot up and over. Excellent shot. Difficult one to play. Rocking back on the back foot. Over cover point. Yet another Kalyani Motor boundary for Vrinda Dinesh.
Yeah, slightly short on that occasion from Kinjal Patel. And Vrinda Dinesh rocks back. Plays over that infield. Goes over cover and one bounce into the fence.
She's just not toying with the bowling but playing the field so well. Forcing the mid-on to come in and a sweeper cover back. Certainly she would eye downtown now. The way she's played, I think she's got the field just etched at the back of her mind. Pull straight away, as I was mentioning the gap, and no chance for the fielder at long off. Back-to-back boundaries. She's peppering the field 360. Yet another Kalyani Motor boundary for the skipper.
Yeah, she's just toying with the fielders there. Again, shot and pull that downtown. Prerna Ji, good attempt, but will find the fence.
Not good enough. Flat batted. Timing, power in that shot. The moment it left the bat, just had one place to go. Straight down the ground into the boundary ropes. 9-6 without loss. Again a forced change, the long on back. Just getting a bit too ambitious. Previous time around she just went over cover point. Similarly, she could have tried something over extra cover. 4 fielders inside the ring. Great opportunity for Vrinda to get to the 3-figure mark. There she goes. Over extra cover, one bounce. Opportunity to free her hands. Another Kalyani Motor boundary, the third one of the over. Finishes the over off in style. That brings up the 100 for the Hubli Tigers. 100 for no loss at the end of 7.
Yeah, Fuller there and plays that beautifully. Gets down on one knee, inside out, and gets to that cover for a boundary. Yeah, she seems in a hurry. She has a bus to catch, Vrinda Dinesh.
She has to get back the day after. She's not going anywhere. She books an Ola, gets back immediately with an Uber. Yes, this is the fastest 100. The second 100 opening run partnership for the Hubli Tigers. They had won 135 the other night with Pratyusha and the skipper getting to half centuries. Job not done. Expensive first over for Nainisha. The bowlers are under the pump. Where does the skipper Roshni Kiran turn to? Full start, certainly nervy. Tough times ahead.
Yeah, this 100-run partnership is the fastest in the tournament so far. These two batters have been absolutely on song. Vrinda Dinesh, 75 of 25. Pratyusha playing second fiddle here, 24 of 17.
Fortune favours the brave and the rub of the green going the Hubli Tigers way. Inside edge, lucky boundary, but they'll take it whichever way it comes. Yet another Kalyani Motor boundary, this time around from the blade of Pratyusha.
Yeah, inside edge there. And goes through the keeper's legs. Goes downtown. Beg your pardon, goes down to fine leg for a boundary.
On song, there's nothing that can stop these two batters. Where does she go next time around, Nainisha? Pull this time around, finds the gap. Excellent diving effort at the deep square leg boundary. Restricts the scoring to 2. But certainly these two batters out on a demolition mode. Looks like they are playing a T10 game. They have to realize there are 20 overs for these batters to chase it down. But they are certainly in a hurry.
Yeah, we were speaking about that earlier. Good attempt there from Rajeshwari Gaikwad. And saves a couple of runs. Yeah, they have a bus to catch. They have to come back day after to play that all-important final.
I was mentioning this pitch is full of runs and the batters would love to have a go at it. Lucky for once, what I said is just coming true. 170 plus is what is the average first inning score on this pitch number 5. We've had some high scoring games here, the previous 4 games that were played and 200s coming. And why not? They could rethink and rework, saying they could play the finals on this trip. Downtown again, leading edge. With the sort of luck they are having and the form they are in, it's all falling in vacant places. You look at the number of balls consumed, the difference is only 4. The way Vrinda has stuck it, we're just thinking that Pratyusha has been off strike for a long time. 21 and 25 balls each. The sort of power hitting display on scene here has been tremendous. Batting on a different planet as the skipper.
Yeah, not just the power, but also her shot selection, the stroke play all across the ground. 360 sort of a batting card there.
should appreciate the way she's played in front of the wicket. Typically, innovation is the second name for this game of cricket, the T20 format. But she's decided to take the bowlers on in front of the wicket, especially during the power play, and decided to go downtown, which was a feature of her batting. And timing, exquisite. She decided to take the boundary riders on. She comfortably cleared it. And what an afternoon she's been having. Job not done still. Last ball coming up for Nainisha. Certainly would be lucky that the ball didn't go anywhere. Just hit the pad. Dot ball to finish. 8 overs done. 109 without loss are the Hubli Tigers. Outstanding batting display we've seen so far. Close to 300 is what Vrinda is striking at. Another term which we use always in T20 cricket is the strike rates. This is something unimaginable. 180, 200 is what generally we see, but 300, just unimaginable.
Yeah, that's quite rare and unheard of in modern day cricket. The strike rate of 300, but Vrinda Dinesh doing the unthinkable. 76 of 26. She's playing at another league and toying around with the bowlers, toying around with that field.
It suddenly looks like she's playing on a cement track, and she's just having an open net, a simulation here. The way she's taken everybody on, she's not spared any bowler. Can Vedavarshini, who's coming today, weave some magic or provide the much needed breakthrough for the Mystics? Nice action and slows it up. But she certainly is coming in at such a point in time of the game where the Hubli Tigers are just racing away. It's just a matter of time, and the Mystics are looking shoulders drooping, the body language not looking good. Just thrown in the towel, only they're just waiting for something to happen. They have to create something, but as of now, it's just the Tigers all the way. They are roaring at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. Nicely tossed up, but a dangerous field. 4 inside the ring on the offside. This is an invitation. Slightly, if she's going to be offline, that's the area which they would be targeting. Up and over extra cover. Both of them pretty good at playing that shot.
Yeah, no boundary rider there on the offside, barring that long off field. Plenty of real estate there for them to clear.
Decides to go downtown on the bounce. It's a skipper manning the long on fence. It's been a pretty good start by Vedavarshini. Not afraid to toss the ball up. Nice, easy, smooth action for the left armer. Getting some revs on the ball. The last ball just tipping that bit on Pratyusha. But Vrinda would be game on for anything that's tossed up on the offside. She goes inside out, but clever field placement. The extra cover fielder just dropping back on the line. It was Rajeshwari Gaikwad for Vrinda. What is it that the Mystics can do to pull something out?
Yeah, they need to create some opportunities there, try and get that early breakthrough. Well, not early, but try and get that breakthrough.
This time around sliced away. The sparing dive at backward point manages to save some runs. Nevertheless, a single. So far, it's been a good start for Vedavarshini. Just the 4 singles. It'll be very important for us to finish well on one side. But it's just not about single that's going to stop Hubli Tigers from racing away. Where are they going to get the first one from? Tossed up. Is it timed well? Oh, another drop chance. Comfortably coming in, settling underneath the ball well, but letting it slip out of her hands. It's been such an afternoon. Luck going in favor of the Tigers. Aditi Rajesh putting that down.
Yeah, tossed up there from Veda and swept, but no timing on that. And put down by Aditi Rajesh there. These chances, how costly can it be for the Gulbarga Mystics?
And of over number 9, disappointed will be Veda. 114 for the loss of no wicket as the Hubli Tigers. drop chance sums it all up. The way it's gone for the Mystics, they had a pretty decent outing with the bat, put up a challenging score of 171, but came out there and have not been able to get anything right with the ball on the field. Swept, excellent timing, no second invitation, the slog sweep, her favorite shot, another cycle pure agarbatti maximum for the skipper.
Yeah, you can't stop her, Vrinda Dinesh. Too full there by Kinjal Patel. Swept beautifully. She had to reach for it slightly, but played that beautifully over that deep mid-wicket fielder.
At no point in time did she decide to keep it down. High over deep mid-wicket. Another cycle pure agarbatti maximum. Tossed up, this time high in the air, no timing. Will it be taken? Second time lucky. Roshni Kiran scalps it. Third 100 we were talking about. Disappointed would be the skipper, but she's done the job for a team. 85 of 30, and the partnership of 120 comes to an end. First wicket going down. And what a time to get a breakthrough for Kinjal Patel.
Yeah, tossed up, and she didn't time that. Fielder there had long gone. Was it Roshni Kiran? She takes that comfortably, and that'll be the end of the skipper, Vrinda Dinesh.
What an entertaining knock. Shots all around the ground. Batting display at its best. The skipper back a standing ovation. Bow down, we say. The players, 120 for 1, the Hubli Tigers. First breakthrough. We've spoken about Kinjal Patel creating an impact whenever she's come to bowl. Just holds it a touch back. A comfortable catch by the opposite number. Skipper catching the skipper. But there's the scenes of jubilation. 52 to get, and no respite for the Mystics. Another informed batter walks in, Nikki Prasad. She's been in fabulous form in this tournament. Some clean striking. The confidence is sky high. Certainly we still not got to the halfway mark. Cruise mode are the Hubli Tigers. Pretty defensive field for a batter who's just come in. Wickets are what can pull the Mystics back in the game. But this sort of field set is not going to do any good. Straight away cuts, and sound of the ball hitting the bat shows it all. Sort of form she's been in.
Yeah, she's been absolutely outstanding this entire tournament. Scored 228 runs so far in her 5 matches. Batting at an average of 46-47 in this tournament. Strike rate of 155. She's been absolutely on song.
Speaks volume of this youngster who's really come of age. Just past 19. The World Cup winner as a skipper for India last year, the under-19. Striking at 155, that's something phenomenal. It's time now for Pratyusha, the senior pro, out in the middle. She would take the opportunities coming away, and certainly Nikki Prasad would just have a couple of sighters. Not that she needs a second invitation to go over the top or pierce the field. Both batters out there are in form. Field change, the long off goes back, and the deep square coming in. Tossed up. An invitation from Kinjal Patel saying, there you go. I would be more than happy to see a slip in place, get a short cover catching to create some sort of ripple or some confusion in the mind of the batter. But this open field sets are not going to help the Mystics any which way. Last ball coming up, the halfway mark. Dot ball to finish, and a wicket in the over for Kinjal Patel. No, misfield. Certainly would be disappointed. Nikki Prasad gets a single off that one. 122 for the loss of 1 at the halfway mark. What a start the Hubli Tigers have been in, chasing 172 or 123 for 1. And the umpire signals saying it's going to be hydration time. A 2.5 minute break. And the teams will regroup. And we'll catch you on the other side after the short break.
back from that break and change in voice. Good afternoon, Naveen.
Yeah, very good afternoon, Param, and I think a blazing afternoon for the Hubli Tigers. 85 of just 31 deliveries. The skipper, I think she's taken them to the finals. 123 for 1. She had probably one thing in her mind, the net relative run rate. Even though the Hubli Tigers might not reach 49 needed of 60, but still she has made sure that they're in a very, very good commanding position. And now 49 of 59 looks very easy.
They have wickets in hand. They've only lost that one wicket of the skipper, Vrinda Dinesh. What a knock she's had. Very crucial for these two to finish it off in style.
And also Gulbarga Mystics. First time they're playing the Maharani Trophy 2026. A lot of learnings, a lot of understanding of how the tournament pans out, strategies, skill sets. Just a single down to long on. So it's all down to that very important auction, isn't it, every time?
Yeah, the intent was very clear for the Hubli Tigers. They were very aggressive in that auction, defending champions, and clearly they want to go into that all-important final on the 1st of August and try and retain that championship.
And don't forget the next match, Mysuru Warriors, Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. The winner will play against, probably now, as per the situation stands, it looks like Hubli Tigers. Aerial, gone. Good catch there from Krishika Reddy at short third. Nicely tossed up delivery there from Veda Varshini. And Pratyusha has to depart. And how many times have we seen just after the drinks break the team losing wickets?
Yeah, we've seen that quite often, and tossed up on this occasion from Veda Varshini. Little bit of hint of turn there, and slightly opening the face of the bat, and finds the fielder at point. Krishika, well judged catch there.
And also, even after that catch that was being taken, celebrations are not very animated because they know that this has probably gone downhill. But I'll tell you what, they need to just put up that brave face. That's all. It's okay, even if Hubli Tigers have raced to the finals as of now. But it's okay. I mean, put up that brave face, put up that competitive face. That's what is needed.
It's always important. I mean, there's always going to be a win or a loss in sport, but it's how you come back from that, how you learn from that. And it's their first season, the Gulbarga Mystics, in this edition rather, of the Maharani Trophy. I'm sure the next season onwards, it's only going to get more and more interesting.
No doubt. As Divya Nyanananda walks in at number 4. And like I said, it's all the learning that really matters the most. Again, over deep extra cover. First ball, Divya Nyanananda has the message very clear. Boundary. Nice Kalyani Motors boundary for her of the first ball.
Yeah, tossed up there again by Veda Varshini, and Divya Nyanananda not going to miss out on that. Just clearing that front foot and plays that beautifully over the infield. One bounce and into the fence.
Good attempt from Prerna as she was running away towards that long off. One bounce boundary. Nice placement. Divya goes big. Straight down the ground, but will not find the boundary ropes. Will fall short of the fielders. Lavina was gone. 129 for 2. A very good over with the Varshini. When you have a bowler like Veda Varshini, why not play her in the earlier matches? This is her first match in the Maharani Trophy 2026.
Yeah, it is interesting. Of course, they've had a few left-arm spinners. Their former skipper Rajeshwari Gaikwad and Kinjal Patel as well. So they're using a third left-arm spinner in this game. And the batting card there, Pratyusha, 34 of 27. Good cameo there. And the skipper, what a magical knock, 85 of 31.
I'll tell you what, if this pair gets out quickly, of course, Nikki P's wicket and Divya Gnanananda's wicket, Gulbarga Mystics will have to climb a mountain and get down in the same over to get both of them out. But if they are managing to do that, that middle order or the lower middle order has not been tested. It's going to be interesting. 43 more to get. Their shoulders should not droop. They should put up that brave fighting attitude across and say, okay, let's do our best. Whatever the result of the match is, we're not bothered about that one. Let's do our best is what they should think as Nanisha comes in for her third over from the Rahul Dravid end. And Hubli Tigers also would be wary of that fact, where Rameshwari Gaikwad or Monica Patel have not had good knocks in the middle, because their opening itself has been so nice, alongside of course with Nikki P coming in at number 3 and Divya Gnanananda at number 4. It's been a very tough top order for any opposition.
Yeah, that speaks volumes of the top order that the Hubli Tigers have. Vrinda Dinesh, Pratyusha, Nikki Prasad, Divya Gnanananda. Not only talks volumes of their talent, but also the experience that they bring onto the table. You know, they have represented senior cricket for Karnataka in the WPL as well. Nikki Prasad, under-19 captain for India.
Pulled away, raised deep mid-wicket. And also the catching from Gulbarga Mystics. That will definitely be talked about under the scanner. Not just today, the entire match, entire tournament. As Rajeshwari Gaikwad, of course, today no pressure of captaincy, but she had a straighter one been put down of, that was Vrinda Dinesh's catch while she was bowling. Was a tough one, but if that would have stuck, then things would have been very, very different. Deep in wicket, long on, long off, sweeper cover. All 4 outside.
We spoke about the fielding throughout the entire tournament. We've seen some amazing, outstanding catches, some nice saves across the boundaries. Yes, there have been those odd chances that have been dropped and a couple of misfields along the ground, but overall the fielding has been quite impressive.
Yeah, no doubt. Just those important pointers where ball needs to stick to the hand. Oh, that's timed really well. Over mid-wicket. 6. Divya Gnanananda picks that short ball to perfection. And another cycle pure Agarbatti 6 for the Hubli Tigers.
Yeah, they're slightly slower on this occasion, and short from Nainisha. Back of the hand delivery there. And she picks that beautifully and plays that over the deep mid-wicket fielder for a maximum.
And also, she took on the deep mid-wicket fielder. She dragged it from outside the off stump to get that elevation right. Again, just climbing a little more top on Divya. There, having said about the fielding, it's been outstanding for sure. And the way Mysuru Warriors have caught everything in their kitty, and especially Hubli Tigers, Gulbarga Mystics, everybody just chipping in whenever is needed. And the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. So yeah, it's the experience that they gain day in and day out. 12 gone, 139 for 2.
Yeah, change of bowler from the Anil Kumble end. Looks like Kushi will be bowling the 13th over. Yeah, she's been quite impressive as well. But that first over, she got taken to the cleaners there by Vrinda Dinesh. 31 runs coming off that first over.
Very costly. I think that was the over which got Vrinda Dinesh to get the move on. After Kushi's over, she thought, okay, I'm striking the ball well. Let me go the full bounty. That's what she did. And never ever heard of a player scoring at 275 as a strike rate. What a knock.
What an absolutely beautiful knock, that 85 runs. And she's put her team in a very comfortable position.
In the gap, deep covers, does well. Rajeshwari Gaikwad puts that effort, keeps the batters down to 1. And speaking of the next match, it's really important where the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, who are on the edge in that points table, I'll probably say edge because they have a big chance to come up and get qualified. Straight to point. Because the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters are plus 0.35 on the NRRR, but the Mysuru Warriors have 6 points. So it's very important that they do go out there and play some attacking cricket, the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. So now is it safe to say that the Hubli Tigers have qualified?
Yeah, looks like a bit of a walk in the park. And that has been smashed downtown for a maximum. A cycle pure Agarbatti maximum coming off the bat of Nikki Prasad. Just a small shimmy down the wicket. Plays that over, long gone.
She judged the length beautifully well. She knew that it will be a flighted delivery from Kushi. Also that width outside off gave her the elevation to free her arms. Got to the pitch of the ball and placed it well. And stepping down, goes very quickly to the long off fielder. Roshni Kiran, the captain today, would be disappointed with the way things have gone. 13 gone, 148 for 2. This is exactly what we were talking of. The NRRR matters the most now for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. They have a positive NRRR. So that means whoever wins that one goes through to the finals and plays against the defending champions on August 1st. Because Mysuru Warriors have minus 0.11. Even with 6 points. And imagine if Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters win that one, their NRRR will come in handy with 6 points. So they will be the one qualifying for the finals. So it's all for the taking in the next match.
Yeah, sort of like a semi-final game there, the next match. And change in ends for Veda Varshini coming in from the Rahul Dravid end.
Oh, what a good timing. The ball will not reach the boundary rope, but timing was brilliant. Roshni doing pretty well to stop that ball. Yeah, you mentioned the next match being a semi-finals. I mean, this was also pitted to be as a semi-finals, as 150 up for the Hubli Tigers with that single. But Vrinda Dinesh had other plans. She said, no more excitement, no more edge of the street thriller. I'm going to comfortably take my team home.
She seemed to be in a hurry. She had a bus to catch for that all-important final on the 1st of August.
Good shot. There is deep extra.
We also spoke about the fielding under lights. The other night we saw Prerna Ji taking a beautiful catch, diving forward. Something that had helped her, and something that we found very impressive was those red glasses, the tinted glasses that she's wearing.
Down the wicket. Long off. Will grab that one, is it? No, puts down. Krishika Reddy probably just thought she was very close to the boundary ropes. She keeps the ball in play. That's what is important. But how close was she to grab that one?
Just a shimmy down the wicket from Divya, and she takes that beautifully, throws that back inside, saves a few runs there for her team.
I felt she should have taken that one. But She was travelling away from her body. Maybe she felt that the ball is travelling away from her. Full toss. Now it's a comfortable catch to Krishika Reddy at long off. Nikki Prasad has to walk back. Just 20 to get. And there is another passage in that run chase as Nikki Prasad has to walk back now.
Yeah, full toss delivery here from Vedavarshini. And Nikki Prasad doesn't time that. Goes down the throat of Krishika Reddy.
Yeah, the previous occasion, the ball was travelling away from her body, and now she did not have to move an inch. Exactly where she was. Nikki P would have been really disappointed the way she got out on the full toss. Yeah, Vedavarshini. She's actually making some inroads with a couple of wickets. 152 for 3. Yeah, you see Prerna wearing those glasses. You mentioned about that one. Even now she's wearing those glasses. She does that whenever she feels under lights. Yeah, the opportunity was correct. And I spoke to her after the match to specifically ask what are those glasses. She said, I wear lenses. Yeah, there she is, Prerna, walking off. Just outside the screen she goes. She's still wearing that red tinted glasses. So she said, I wear contact lenses which has got power. So not to have the direct light into my lens, this tinted red glass really helps me. So that's exactly what she said. It's nice to know every time the other side of the story from the players.
It also makes her look rather stylish, and that's always helpful.
Yeah, she always is stylish, whether the glass on or not, doesn't matter. But yeah, adds to the style factor, extra quotient. Off the mark, first ball, Shreya B. Pote.
Yeah, the required rate now 3.08, and looks like a walk in the park here for the Hubli Tigers. It's just a matter of time. But yeah, had they finished it earlier, maybe that N triple R could have come into play. They're already sitting pretty on that number 1 spot.
Straight to point. 14 gone. 153 for 3. I think that's what Vrinda Dinesh had in her mind. Just to bat Gulbarga Mystics out of the contention of the finals. As the last league match, this is exactly what we are building up to. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters versus the Mysuru Warriors. The winning side takes the ticket to the August 1st finals against the defending champions. Now what a match that is going to be. All important toss. Very, very crucial. I'm sure whoever wins it will want to chase the total down instead of batting first, or you never know. The teams might think, okay, putting up a total on the board matters most to put the pressure back on the opposition. Yeah, very important toss. That'll be coming up pretty soon, and we'll show that to you 6:50 p.m. Yeah. Rajeshwari Gaikwad. One last attempt in this Maharani Trophy 2026 for her. It's been a lukewarm tournament. They've won a couple of matches, yes. Some good hundreds. That's the positives that I'm talking about. Roshni Kiran's is a massive 100. And the way that it's been panned out is the wicket-taking bowlers, the dearth of wicket-taking bowlers for the Gulbarga Mystics. That's the only takeaway that they'll have to figure out come the next season. And also a very balanced side like Hubli Tigers. It's not easy against them if you don't have a spearhead in the bowling attack.
Yeah, it'll all come down to that first phase of the picking the team, the auction. That'll be towards the latter half of next year. And be very, very important, that first step.
And what I like about these players is they've created a very good case for themselves. Now in the next auctions, we are just talking about 2027 Maharani Trophy. In the next auctions, what they have done is they've created a very good case for themselves to go for higher bids and higher prices. Because When you speak of Vrinda Dinesh, 4.2 lakh rupees might suddenly sound, is that it?
Let's not forget there are some players who are currently on COE duty and players who can make it for the next season. It'll be very, very important and crucial that that player pool that we were talking about earlier be as stacked as possible, and the franchises will be very, very interested to know the player pool that's coming in.
It completely depends on the player pool of how many franchises we have, how many teams we have. These 4 teams have done impeccably well for the again, second time beats the outside edge of Divya Gnanananda. So they've done really well in terms of putting up a very good show, because imagine even before the last league day, if we had known what our top 2 is, then it wouldn't have been this interesting. Even in the last league match, we still don't know who are the top 2. Of course, one is Hubli Tigers, slogged away nicely well, but will not reach the boundary ropes.
Yeah, that's what keeps this tournament so interesting, and even at the last league match, we are still not sure as to who is that second team that will qualify.
Yeah, that's why we are building up to the toss. Most important toss coming in. Just 16 to get. 15 gone. 156 for 3. And 16 runs will be taken forward by Srinath and Vikram.
Tough day it offers for the Mystics. Put up a reasonably challenging score of 171 when they were inserted to bat. But once the first half was done, it's all Hubli Tigers all the way. What an exhibition of batting we've seen from Vrinda Dinesh, the skipper. Magnificent 85. A second half century, and what a telling knock it's been. 15 done, 156 for 3. 16 to get in 30 balls. And Kinjal Patel in a third over. Just a couple of shots to up the ante in that bargain. Vrinda Dinesh, Pratyusha and Nikki Prasad perishing. But an opportunity for Shreya Pothe and Divya to just close it out. Certainly not a result that was expected, pulling it off so easily.
Sure, the Hubli Tigers have shown their strength, and like you said, Shreya Pothe out there, good opportunity to get some time in the middle.
Nothing like getting a hit in the middle. Could be just a matter of 8 or 10 not out, but that would do a world of confidence, and you get a feel of what's happening out in the middle. And what a way to march into the final. The first team to qualify for the final on August 1st in this edition of the Maharani Trophy KSCA T20 26 has been Hubli Tigers. Unfortunately, the first team to be knocked out is the Gulbarga Mystics. A mixed bag for them in this edition. Couple of standout performers, especially Roshni Kiran has been a standout performer. But for an odd outing here for Kushi, he's been another bowler who's really picked everybody's eye. Walks across, sweeps and gets over the short square. Another Kalyani motor boundary. This time around it's from the blade of Divya Gnanananda.
Divya Gnanananda taking full advantage of the situation here. Just sweeping her away, Kinjal away for a boundary there. So Divya, it's a good stage for her also to prove her credentials. She's been there in the senior women's team. The Davanagere girl has come back into her very own over here.
Kinjal Patel is another one who's done well both with the bat and ball for the Mystics. Once again walks across, misses that completely. Dot ball to finish. End of 16. 161 for the loss of 3 wickets are the Hubli Tigers. Rajeshwari Gaikwad, the veteran senior pro. Possibly her last over in this edition of the Maharani Trophy. 3 overs for 17. Certainly the last game didn't go her way. So is this game without anything in the wickets column.
Last season was quite the opposite for her. She was captain of the Hubli Tigers where they won the championship. She's up against her very own side. Looks like they figured her out.
That's how funny the game can get. And what a turnaround it's been. Straight down the ground. No timing on that. 2 fielders calling for it. Lucky. Shreya Pothe, we were talking about her getting some valuable time in the middle. Certainly throws it away. Final approaching. Opportunity coming away, but misses out.
Quite right, as you did mention, the use of the feet is essential, and Shreya Pothe missing out here. She would be able to go back with a few runs to her credit and be strong for the next game, but missing out here.
So a comfortable catch for Ishika, and Rajeshwari Gaikwad picks up her first one. 161 for 4 are the Hubli Tigers, but extremely well placed in this run chase. Just a small hiccup, 3 wickets in the last few overs. That certainly would do any damage to them. It's about all important 2 points they need to look at, and the Mystics certainly, it's been a worrisome day for them. Silkin walks in at the fall of Shreya's wicket. Opportunity for Silkin. It is just a matter of 12 runs to get, so rather 11. But again, to have a feel of what it is like to be out in the middle, we get 2, 3, not out, whatever, for a winning cause in return, that would also stake a claim for her to be a part of the playing level in the finals.
Shreya Pothe, who just got out on her part, did get 97 runs in the recent T20 championships for her club, Vijaya Cricket Club. That would have been at the back of her mind to try and do an encore of Vrinda, but it wasn't to be. So she's going to have to learn to control herself.
Dying moments of the game. It's just the inevitable being delayed. Rajeshwari Gaikwad darting it in. Well, we speak about club cricket. Playing your college, school cricket is totally a different ball game. When you get out to compete with the best in the business in a franchisee league like this, the Maharani Trophy, it's a different kettle of fish. And many of the girls would have realized, getting those big hundreds of fifers in 19 and 15 age group cricket, when they come out here, they figure out where they stand. Certainly an eye-opener. Would have tested their mettle also. So many a times you were good a month or a few weeks ago, you're found wanting here. Is something you need to look at. She would have taken this 9 out of 10. Cotton ball dropped by Rajeshwari. Not on, the senior pro. Disappointed she would be.
Silkin, the girl out there to get some time in the middle, just hitting it straight back to Rajeshwari, just moving to her left, almost similar to the one she put down earlier. Yes, 9 out of 10 times you'd expect her to take that, but it wasn't to be this time.
Maybe the situation of the game just allowed her to drift away from it. Maybe if this were to be about 150 for 5, certainly she would have clung on to it. Just waiting for that one ball to be done and her spell to be over, because the writing is on the wall for the Mystics. Just another 11 to get. But having said that, funny game this is cricket. So maybe a couple of wickets suddenly and you get neck to neck, 10 of 10 or 10 of 12, whatever. We could see a change. But we've got the experienced Divya at the non-striker end. She just walked down to have a word with Silkin, calming her nerves, saying don't worry about the dot balls. It's a matter of 2 hits. Get your eye in. Not the time to throw it away. Last ball of the spell coming up for Rajeshwari. Finishes off with a dot. Wicket maiden to complete her spell. 1 for 17 of 4. The Tigers 161 for 4 at the end of 17. Kinjal Patel, who has had a pretty decent outing in this edition, comes for her last over. Walks across, pulls and finds the gap comfortably. Timing to perfection, spreading the gap, starting off the over with a Kalyani motor boundary, Divya.
Divya threatening to walk outside the off stump and put a few away, and she does exactly that. Didn't need to walk too far outside. Just trifle short, and she was onto the ball straight away.
Short in stature, uses the depth of the crease, shortens the length further. Pulled over short square leg. Comfortable. Tossed up an invitation, thinking that she would just walk across. She has to re-bowl that. Pace is something that Kinjal Patel would certainly need to work on. She's operating at a very regular speeds and not varying it, which could become something very easy for set batters like this. This time round goes big. But the connection is good. One bounce to the deep mid-wicket fielder and Rajeshwari Gaikwad. Interesting it would be the next 4 balls. Silkin still yet to get off the mark. Certainly that would be churning in a tummy. The first runs off the bat to get off strike and give Divya, who's looking really solid, timing the ball well. Can't understand this field set, getting the mid-off in and pushing the short square back. Wickets are premium. You need to choke the batters, having more fielders in the single saving positions. Maybe a slip in, get them into attacking modes. Right, just 2 outside the ring, 1 long on and deep mid wicket. What is going to run in the mind of Silkin? She tried to just knock it around, farm the strike or go for glory. Tossed up, she decides to go high and manages to find the fielder at long on, but does she go out with the ball? Checking whether it's a 4 or a 6. If she's caught the ball and gone out, it certainly would be a 6, and 6 is the signal confirmation. They're still waiting, checking on it. High, it's Roshni Kiran. Manages to get a hand on the ball. Oh, the ball bounces just inside the rope and goes off. So the batters still need to wait. It'll be a signal of a boundary for going for glory. Managing to just evade the fielder at long on. Heart in a mouth for Silkin. Gets off the mark with the Kalyani motor boundary. Still need to wait for those celebrations to start. A single needed. What possibly is just a walk in a park. Cantering home in a pretty big run chase of 172. Tremendous display of batting. Vrinda Dinesh set it all up. And a 100-run partnership, opening partnership, just coming in the 8th over. Record partnership of all sorts.
Well, exactly where Silkin hit that is her favourite shot. We've seen a few even in the under-19 championships. She played the T20 for Karnataka, and her 6s landed there, 2 or 3 which she hit, I think.
Goes big, and this time around manages to clear the deep mid-wicket fence. What a way to finish the game. With a cycle pure Agarbatti maximum, Silkin finishes off the game with style. More than 2 overs to spare. Rocking home the Tigers. The Tigers are roaring and the dancing in the aisles have started. The first team to qualify for the finals with this victory. And what a thorough professional display of batting this has been from the Hubli Tigers. Flags waving high. And certainly happy scenes here. And the Hubli dugout will be a happy one. Drooping shoulders. Certainly not a happy one. Happy outing for the Mystics. Ending this edition on a loss. And also with this loss, they are out of this tournament. Hubli Tigers cantering home with a 6-wicket victory.
The Hubli Tigers showing just what they can do. A loss here and there does not demoralize them. They're coming back very strong. And what a comprehensive victory, controlling the innings. One of the patterns that's been seen is they stick to their regular batting order. And the other pattern we've seen in them is to introduce a bowler who they sometimes don't bowl. and then again to introduce a bowler at a time when they think the young bowler can take their chances, like we saw today. So, yeah, it's quite a strategy Hubli Tigers have as they prepare for the final.
Absolutely, getting into the finals for the second time. Last time around, they did play under the name of the Hubli Dragons. Here's the batting card. 34 of 27 for Pratyusha. Vrinda Dinesh, 85 for 31. This was the partnership that set the tone for the victory. 25 not out of 18 by Divya. And in the end, 10 of 8 balls for Silkin. And a 16 of 15, a small cameo by Nikki Prasad. And then 17.5 was all that was required to get past the score of 171. Finishing at 177 for 4. A dismal bowling card. Rajeshwari, 4 overs, 1 for 17. 2 for 16 for Vedavarshini, who came in today. Bowled reasonably well. Kinjal Patel, expensive, 1 for 43. And evening to forget for Kushi, the youngster going in for 40 of 2. The second time around entering the finals and defending the title will be the Hubli Tigers. What an afternoon it's been. So far, this is what we saw. Batting first, the Mystics started off well. Some crisp shots over the top and peppering the outfield. And here where it all started, Saina Kapoor picking up the first one. And then it was all boundaries galore. And this one, we thought Roshni Kiran was off, but just stepping onto the rope there. These 2 overs of Rima Farid, who just didn't find any sort of rhythm, struggled to get it going. There were boundaries all round. At one point in time, they looked, they were not even getting closer to that 140, 150 mark. But Roshni Kiran stepped in with a brilliant 49, a captain's knock, packed with power. And whenever she decided to clear the ropes, it went high over the ropes. And another half century for Krishika. And she looked in fine touch. But after the fall of the skipper, they were pegged back with wickets at regular intervals. And in the end, it was a cameo from Aditi Rajesh. A needless run out we saw. Standing and watching the mid-off fielder was Aditi Rajesh, and the batter out at this point in time. This is what happened, and it was Soumya Varma who was striking the ball well. Thoroughly disappointed she was, but she did make amends after that, and she played some crisp shots. This was Rameshwari Gaikwad picking up a wicket, and Monika Patel was taken to the cleaners in her last over. Big hits down the ground, finishing off in style with a couple of boundaries and a 6, and managed to finish the innings with a challenging total of 171. But when the Hubli Tigers came out to bat, what a start it was. Pratyusha straight away into the act. The beauty about this innings in the power play was hitting down the ground. The strength to clear the infield, peppering the boundaries easily, picking up the gaps. This particular over fetched 31 runs from Kushi. It was Vrinda Dinesh all the way. And what a masterclass of batting. The chase was so well planned. And Hubli had to just cross the line with those 2 points, managed to do it comfortably. 100 runs for the opening partnership. The second 100 they put up for the opening partnership, Pratyusha and Vrinda Dinesh. This was the 50. The skipper was in excellent form. This was deft touch, just not about those power pick shots. Taking short balls, and this was a brilliant shot off the back foot, clearing the infield. Whenever they aired in length, she just pierced the field with pinpoint precision. Against the run of play, we did see the first one go down, and that was Pratyusha, or rather Vrinda Dinesh, getting out after a well-made 85, holding out to long on. Continued in the same vein, but against the run of play, we see Pratyusha getting dismissed. Nikki Prasad walked in with a couple of crisp shots. We thought were writing on the wall, but this was the one full toss holding out to long off. A comfortable catch was Nikki Prasad. And then again, we saw one more wicket go down, but in the end, it was Divya who said that I am there till the end. Silken did find it difficult to start with. Struggled for the first 4-5 balls to get off the mark. This lucky boundary started it off, and then finishing off in style, hoiking it over deep square leg, high and handsome for a cycle pure Agarbatti. And this is where they got off from. What a clinical performance and a comprehensive victory for the Hubli Tigers. Comfortably seated at number 1. And we just got one game left in this league stage. This has got one side to reach the final and one side out of this tournament. That is the Mystics. Match summary: 57 of 44 for Krishika Reddy, Roshni Kiran 49, 23 from Aditi Rajesh. Not much to do on the bowling, but 85 of 31, Vrinda Dinesh, Pratyusha 34 of 27, Divya Gnananda remaining not out 25. The Hubli Tigers in the end comfortably romping home by 6 wickets. What a game and what a display of batting. We spoke about 170 being the average score. We did see that being achieved, but knocking it off. Well, Naveen is all readiness down. Let's go down to the post-match presentation.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of the match that happened between the Hubli Tigers and the Gulbarga Mystics. And Hubli Tigers, of course, have cruised to the finals, should what be saying, in the Maharani Trophy 2026. What a way to get to the finals. They win this by 6 wickets. And before we go ahead and call the players to award them, KSCA would like to thank all its sponsors and partners. Umpiring sponsor, Cycle Pure Agarbatti. Of course, official sponsor is Kalyani Motors and radio partner is 92.7 Big FM. And in the presentation party this evening, we've got Prema R, the channel partner from Cycle Pure Agarbatti. Thank you so much. Ma'am, former Karnataka state cricketer. Thank you so much, Kandimadi ma'am, for being here. And we've got Pooja Panchal, former Karnataka state cricketer. Thank you so much, Pooja ji, for being here. And also onto our extreme left is Spurti Parvatikar, former Karnataka cricketer, and also she's been the match referee for a couple of matches in this Maharani Trophy 2026. Thank you so much, ladies, for being in attendance for this post-match presentation. And first up, we would want to have a chat with Roshni Kiran, the skipper of Gulbarga Mystics. Roshni, yeah, a few talks about what happened in the tournament and how it was. Yeah, you did not find a way to stop VD out there in the center, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a little difficult to stop her there. But then our bowlers did well. Veda getting an opportunity today did really good. Did what we expected out from her. And quite a lot of youngsters in our team. So I'm sure they had a great platform here. And it's a great experience, great learning for them. I hope they come out stronger from this.
Yeah, definitely. And also, you just did get into the positives and the good memories. You want to start off with something with your 100 and all that? You enjoyed that one, of course, in this Maharani Trophy. What are the positives you're taking off?
Definitely getting the opportunity in this team, getting to play where I wanted. I had to give it back to the team. So it was a really great opportunity for me also to go out there and express myself. So I'd like to thank the management and the staff.
Lovely. And last question, where do you think as a team you lacked something that you could not cross the line over?
Sticking to our plan. We were a little here and there about that. Maybe we can work on that a little. And again, there are quite a lot of youngsters, not a lot of experience as well. So again, they need to get back and then work on that as well. So
yeah, all the very best. Don't lose heart. There are many more tournaments to come in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you there, Roshni Kiran, the captain of Gulbarga Mystics. Yeah, now, very important, the catch of the match. That goes to Divya Gnanananda. And to present that one, we will invite Kandimadi ma'am to please step forward. And Divya will be getting that check as well. Very good catch at that mid-off region. As Kinjal Patel was trying to go over the top, she just squeezed it and Divya timed that jump to perfection. Lovely. And now time for the big one. Yeah, the Cycle Pure Agarbatti Trusted Player of the Match Award. And no prizes for guessing. It has to be Vrinda Dinesh. 85 of just 34 deliveries. And Prema R, the channel partner of Cycle Pure Agarbatti, will present the check to her. And also the trophy. That'll be really nice, Prema, if you can please hand over the trophy to Vrinda Dinesh. Yeah, that'll be nice. Thank you, Vrinda, for making that into the frame. That's wonderful. Lovely. Superb. What a knock. Vrinda, quick chat as she poses for those photographs. Maybe we're talking about, is there a train or a bus for you to catch to the finals? What was that knock? I haven't heard of a batter striking at 275 in the strike rate with the women's cricket. What did you have for lunch?
I honestly didn't have lunch. I had a good brunch and then I was all set for the game. I was just ready for the game.
Lovely. And did you know that it has to be 117 as the official scorers were confirming that the Gulbarga Mystics would want to restrict you because there was that NRRR factor that was in discussion?
We just had two thoughts. One was to win convincingly or not lose in a very big margin, and that's all we had in mind.
Lovely. And would you have wanted to just close down a little more quicker for the start that you got?
I was happy that everybody got a hit in the center, and that's important for us as a team going into the final now. And yeah.
Lovely. Defending champions into the finals. One tough question. Who do you think you will be playing? Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters or the Mysuru Warriors?
I know the Bengaluru Blasters are the favorites of this tournament, but I would like to see Mysuru Warriors.
Oh, lovely. You diplomatically put it across nicely. Thank you, Vidi.
Thank you so much.
Lovely, lovely. So they're ready for both the teams. That's what she meant, actually, isn't it? Yeah, the finals on August 1st, remember. But before that, we have the last league match coming up. Very, very important match. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters versus the Mysuru Warriors. We will come with the toss of that match in a short while from now. Do not go out anywhere. Stick to those electronic devices that you've got and stay tuned. Thank you.